Welcome, my lovely dears, to another fantabulous session of Everything is Peaceful and Perfectly Fine in First Branch. When last we left off, our glorious Grand Crusaders wrapped up their business in collecting the Shield of Life, made their way to the ferry hold, and tracked a boat to First Branch. I have made sure that the calendar is up to date, and in so doing, have discovered that as of right now, it is 6 days until the next full moon, and you're only about 3 days of travel away from the moon well itself. So
that's the DM's way of saying.
you
How
could
about
take
you
so you
fuck
could
this
I mean,
way?
you could take some time here, or you could camp out in the wilderness. Like, I don't care what side of downtime you take. Obviously, I imagine you'd benefit more from doing it in First Branch. Your characters have enough brains to put together between you to be like, oh yeah, we could probably hang around for a little bit.
Yeah, there's also the part that a couple of days, yes, but a day, it was called a day before the full moon, just scout out the area of
Wait,
the moon wells.
hold on, Scow. Did you say it's 3 days until the next full moon, or?
It's 6 days until the next full moon. It's about 3 days of
No,
travel
it's
to the moon
not.
well. You hop a boat, and you could get
I
real
guess
close
we could go
real
here.
quickly. Yeah.
Yeah, we can get there real
you can
quickly,
go
and it's
upriver
just
and get there
a
real
day.
quickly. I mean, if you desperately want to do it in 6 days, you could go, sure, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I guess.
Like, I just don't want to.
If you would
I
like to
just didn't
clear
want
off
us
those
to like
extra
be like,
hexes.
oh yeah, we just camp out for right until it's in front of the full moon, and then realize, oh yeah, we got to actually get to the place. Fuck.
Yeah, but yeah, you could
Well,
go upriver and make the journey real quickly.
We can also go to fucking Cornwall.
Why?
Why?
It's closer.
Again, what I just said was go up the river. I mean, you don't have to go into Cornwall and just do that.
What if we want to go to
No,
Cornwall?
I mean, we could just go camping from. Yeah, we haven't been there and gotten our, our nightly praising and all that shit. Whatever.
Anyway,
I'm pro-
let's step away from that. I'll leave that decision to you. At the same time, there has been some playing of the roleplay while just between last week and this week, where you guys spent some time chatting and relaxing with Katie and having a brief chat with Atris, wherein she was not aware that there's a dragon in town.
Yeah.
Speaking of Mayor Bun,
Yeah.
she can stomp around.
Right.
She has been.
I think Hedrah was just saying that's something worth
Yes.
mentioning
Yes.
in the recap.
Yeah.
We gave the bun
True.
leg.
You did give her the leg. Sorry, I thought you were saying. I thought there was just like more to that statement. I was like, yeah, I suppose I did forget to recap that part. Yep, she's got leg.
Didn't we do that?
And she just finally does her
We did,
show.
yes.
You did. I just didn't include that in the recap.
Okay.
I smoothed. And yeah, as we pick up again, Bob has finished brushing, braiding, and ribboning Katie's hair, while drinks and cake are being served up.
Yes. I figured we could all use a little bit snifter of brandy here, so.
Sure, I mean, I won't say no. I don't drink much, if I'm honest, but I'll have a sip.
Yeah. Tracy, could you throw a Presti on the bottle so it can warm it up a little?
Yeah, sure. Trist will wiggle his fingers and cast a warming on the bottles for Bob.
Yes. So have you interest in my various witchy talents, or is this just a social call?
I don't know about me, but I do wonder what ideas Tristan wants to subject you to. Or if the
Oh,
cake is
please.
just a sorry.
The cake was just a sorry. I still felt pretty shitty
Yes,
about
I
last
don't.
time.
Oh, please, I don't hold it against any of you. Goodness knows I've gone further and done worse.
Just because you don't hold it against us doesn't mean I don't feel bad about making you do it.
Well, if you say so. Yes, I've had a couple of visitors from time to time. A handful of young would-be warlocks came asking questions, and they went through the appropriate channels and waited very patiently for a week to speak with me, and I think that's the only business I've had in the past couple of months. She will shrug and
So,
very slightly sips. The brandy isn't served.
yeah. Though, why are you here, though?
What do you mean, why am I here? It's because I'm a
Yeah.
terribly dangerous witch. And I've
Oh,
done a
yeah,
bunch of
that's the-
crimes, so I'm in prison.
Yeah, what crimes, though? As I checked, being a witch is not an actual crime.
This is true, but I'd also rather not talk about what I got up to end up in here.
We know what we got. We know what she got up to in here. To get
Do
up
we?
to. Yes,
Do
I very nearly beheaded her for it. She was going around. She was a dark witch. She was going around cursing people.
Yeah, she did
She
go around cursing people.
She cursed a lot of people. She never told you who she cursed, of course, but yeah, she cursed a shit ton of people. She
I was
definitely
this
does deserve
close
be
to
in
cutting
prison.
her head off.
Yeah. Instead, she's in here serving a life sentence.
Still grinds my gears that I
cursing
left her to live.
people.
Yes. That's always. I've never hidden that fact. I've said it before. I don't hold my imprisonment personally, but I also, don't intend to go into details about it.
Okay, just. Okay, yeah, just pardon my. Desert speech, but that sounds like utter horse shit.
No, I did crime, so I'm in prison, and I take
Yes, I
work
know.
utilizing my talents in order to reduce my sentence. There's nothing wrong or horseshit about that fact.
No, but I do. Okay, just thumbs points at Tristy, and I was like, arcane, nature, magic. Like, we
I
both
don't.
know how curses work to a degree, and
Yes, and
extensively.
I'm very good at them. It's absolutely still a crime. Squints. I'm lucky to be alive. I'm just quite useful and I'm serving a sentence. Bob, I understand you have a bias, but I came to terms with this factor long ago and did so knowing that I would be punished.
Hmm.
I say I've got a life sentence, but I've been taking chips out of it by, you know, taking on duties for people in various positions of power.
And Bob is just gonna keep like peering here for. She Katie may be good at like being honest, but obfuscating the truth there. But
What you're saying is you want to roll insight.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, you detect no falsehoods. She clearly, although it's being delivered in a very matter-of-fact question, she genuinely believes that this is where she should be. It's very
Yeah.
touching, and I know that there is certainly some, albeit fractured, intertwining of our fates, and also a blood relation on our part. And she gestures at Tristan. But at the same time, I mean, like, a criminal's a criminal.
Yeah, so a life sentence usually, if you're able to chip away, you have a fixed value, doesn't it?
Correct, yes. About 40 years was the sentence I got. And that was 5 years ago.
So how much have you chipped away at it?
I'd rather not say. She frowns into the extended silence and simply eats a slice
Sorry,
of
I'm just waiting for Bob's brain to come melting out of his ears when someone tells him no to something.
Ah, of course. Again, you're a very powerful, chivalrous knight, so I get that, but at the same time, it's a lot of fun to bully Bob.
Yeah, I'm just looking at. I see a problem, and I look to try to find a solution to the problem, but apparently somebody's saying like, no, you don't get to find a solution to that problem.
Yeah, I'm already working on the solution to that problem. I'm effectively doing community service. Stay out of it. I'll get out in my own good time. It'll be a damn
quote
sight
you.
shorter than 40 years.
Yes, to quote you, no, I'm not gonna stay out of it. Perhaps.
Fair enough. Well, you shan't get anything out of me, and now I'm going to have to go and tell the guards to make sure you all butt out of it, but you know. The mayor is thankfully quite agreeable.
Look, Bob's a
I
busybody, but he's
know.
not going to try and break you out. ... Right?
Oh no, not break out. I'm just looking. Well, I could break out, but that's not the point.
Well, yeah, I could break me out. That's certainly not the point.
Yeah, see,
It's magical
just looking
dampening
at.
on this thing, but it wasn't made by like some super duper arc wizard. I could certainly chip away at it over the course of a year and slide out disguised as some kind of raven. You know, very classic witch things to do.
No, just chuckles like, that's actually my go-to form.
Of course. It's a good look and vocal, which is useful.
Yeah, I know. Actually, quite useful for talking. Plus, it's a hell of a lot lighter than I am, so it's easier for Trist.
Easier for me to feed you small scraps of bread anyway.
Well, it's easier for you than when you're manhandling me, so yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you two fact.
Not that kind of man.
Oh, he wishes.
Not really.
I am extremely good when it comes to the oral part, so thank you very much.
I'm sure you're great, Bob. I've seen the
Yes,
quivering
given
mass
that.
of human-shaped flesh you leave behind after you get done with someone.
Fine, I'd give Blood
Well,
a concussion any day.
yes, but before that, I was actually not as cool because I was probably taught some technique by an actual sucker. So,
Certainly convenient.
yes. And thanks to my shape-shifting capabilities, I'm really good.
Ah, wonderful.
But
Katie
no,
will
that's not.
grin toothily.
I look over the TC if there's anything, if they're still okay. After the what's it called, the Faunra Gauntlet Munch. All right.
He smiles and clicks his neck. Well, you must tell me more about your adventures.
Well, apparently meeting a wandering desert merchant that was selling off unholy, weird stuff, and apparently otherworldly crap.
That sounds delightful and fun.
Yeah. The most fun we saw there was it, well, actually, the desert treats was actually quite nice, and a tea, saffron tea. But a spell from a different world. The structure in itself, I couldn't read. I knew it was magical wizardy bullshit. But according to our local wizard, uh, complete and total racial change.
Hmm.
Not cosmetic, actual physical core. To apparent any form of humanoids. So, surprise.
Certainly surprised.
Yeah, magic wise at least. But even if you're in here, I take it you have got an ear to, well, just make the pun here, quote, like the ground outside, do you?
Do I what? Sorry?
Do you have an ear to the ground, like finger on the pulse, or whatever?
I don't know, honestly. I try not to. The more people I know, obviously, the more threads there are up in the air.
I take it you heard about Volk then?
Mm, she squints and shakes her head. No, sorry.
Okay, good. Yes, keep away from him, them, bad news in general. They tend to operate in this first branch here, so
I try and say I keep my world relatively insular. Already having all of you in my life means that my dreams are fractured and many. There are quite a few of you after all, and you get up to quite a lot. If I were to, I don't know, I suppose, touch upon the lives of others around me.
Yeah, but like I said, if somebody from Vol comes here, just no.
Sure, I'll certainly keep that in mind.
Tell me about these dreams of yours.
Oh, sure. Goodness. In a lot of occasions, they're dreams of present events. If I take a nap early enough in the day, I can catch a few glimpses of a lot of you up to various things. For instance, I saw you go into a cake shop, so I admittedly had to tie together those assumptions. Um, but at the same time, a dream it's not quite scrying because it's tainted by the same surreality that exists in dreams. Like the facets that stretch out where they shouldn't, or periods of time not coalescing as expected. Things are a little bit too impossible for me to draw real good information out of them, more than glimpses.
Mm.
I occasionally see you all fight things, but I also try not to go down the rabbit hole when those dreams of you all start to descend towards the future, because that obviously risks wounding me, so to speak.
Is that something related to your warlock powers, or just you in general? I've never heard of someone having, I
Mm,
guess, scrying dreams before.
oh no, I've always been a little bit of a weirdo. Apparently that runs in the family.
Yeah, I suppose that's true.
Just snorts.
Of course, picking a warlock patron obviously has exacerbated that, but I always used to have a pretty good how best to put it, very easily to be mistaken for a sixth sense or insight.
Right.
But yes, ever since then, settling into the fold of patronage, she gestures up at the sky and makes a circular motion with her hands. Um, yeah, I suppose those gifts of mine were bent into a very specific direction vis-a-vis the lives of other people around me.
Interesting.
She will pause while consuming her cake and then give the two of you a very dangerous smile. Now, of course, there is the fact that I could borrow your lives in order to look deeper into them. But you're both quite mortal still, very technically.
Sorry, could you repeat that? I don't think I quite caught what you said.
She's saying that instead of getting, backlashed by doing this, she could use a person's life force to look into their life.
I see.
But obviously, since you're mortal, that would harm you probably quite a lot.
And considering who our fates are tied up with, I don't think that'd be particularly pleasant for you either.
Oh, certainly not, no.
Now the paths we already got already tied up with more than just starts counting in our heads like, oof, okay, we're up to
I was
5,
thinking about who we're
6.
inevitably going to end up fighting at the end of all this, Bob.
Yeah, and
The one who
who
can look back through
her wording was
scrying dreams.
Yes. And then let me just ask you, which one of the other powerful fucking people / entities we know can do the same?
Hmm.
Yeah. It's not just backlash from him, it's backlash from... That's when I started counting.
Yeah. There's a lot of powerful people in our lives, weirdly enough.
Yes, no. That tends to be the way of things. She will smirk and then place down her plate once she's finished her cake. Still, I suppose I shouldn't keep you all too long. Your friend will be turning up at some point soon.
Indeed. Well, I'll go ahead and get this one out of your hair. It's been good catching up, Katie.
Of course, of course. Although, in my hair very successfully. He'll gesture at his nice braids. And indeed, as you eventually get your things together and pile out of the prison, you bump nearly entirely into Ariel. From you're like, oh shit, Katie saw the future, and then you realize that Ariel's bars were like she must have walked literally past Katie's room and just saw her walking by while you were talking.
God, she really is an oracle.
Wait. It's entirely possible that she actually waved at Ariel as she walked by.
How could you know these things?
You know,
I
I
don't
think that
understand. Oh, higher.
if by using the magical thing called eyes.
Good. Balls in your court, Ariel. You have
Alright.
you have learned dragon things.
Alright, so these two are coming out of the prison as I'm walking by then.
Yep.
Ah, good. Can't you see on your way out?
Huh? What's going on?
We have a not minor situation, but somewhat of a situation.
Okay.
Okay,
You'll
who did you
tap the-
fuck this time?
Gonna
No
bonk
one.
Bob again. Get
I'll
your
tap-
mind out of the gutter. Good lord.
That's
And I
right.
will
Last time she fucked somebody, she was out for an entire fight, and I was bleeding because of it.
I will tap the crown of my head to signify that.
So there's a dragon in town?
Yes.
Hold on 1 second.
Right,
I
so
can peek my head back in real quick. Katie, are you a dragon? Deafening silence from Mute Scow.
Yes, sorry. I mean, you'd have to like go back into the prison proper and go down the corridor. I suppose you could walk around and call out into
Yeah,
her bars.
it's just like if Ariel just walked past, like quickly step around the side of the building, poke my head up.
No, no. Human for the most part.
Do you know that there's a dragon in town? And if so, who?
Roll me a d20.
5.
No, they've never brushed up against me.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Ariel just got spooked.
Oh, okay.
Do that little thing where I go back to the bars and wave an arm behind me.
Right.
All right, well, I'm out of ideas.
So, yes, I was preparing to grab the rest of our crew and began searching around the town. 1 mile radius is still within the town walls, so...
Wonder if Taji's picked up scrying yet.
That is an entirely possible thing.
It is.
It would be very handy if she had.
she's a sorcerer.
Yes, and
Are you sure it's on the sorcerer list?
No, I mean the fact that like don't they have like a limited amount of stuff, even if she's a mimic kind of thing that they have to throw a scrying on her.
Oh, it's on a lot of lists. Wow.
You
Bard,
could
Cleric, Druid,
yeah,
Warlock,
scrying
and
is a really
Wizard.
easy spell to
you
get.
could literally just ask your Mukau.
That's true. We can just ask Hallie in a bit as well. If
Okay, my
Tajana doesn't have it.
Yeah, it's not on my list. I thought it was.
Just hold on hold on a couple of seconds. Gets the robe back up and puts it back on. Steadying self. Egads.
I do not know what you see in that thing, Bob.
Well, I see everything. That's the thing at the same time in every
Yeah,
direction.
that's the joke.
Yes, I think that's the point Tristan was trying to make.
Oof. Okay. The whole visual shifting. Okay, back to normal. Let's get going on. If we're gonna be looking for something, I better keep this son bitch on.
Okay.
Yes. Last I heard, I believe that most of our companions were in the taverns getting themselves some food and drink.
Adventurers in a tavern? Say it ain't so.
I know, right? So cliche, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, over to the tavern.
Let's
I'm
see
also
here. Hallie,
surprised
you
we
can
haven't bumped
also
into.
head down there as well now that you've wrapped up your church thing.
Oh,
Well, I
suppose
mean,
I'm very
if you
lucky
want to
that-
church more, go for it.
that the dragon hasn't decided to encounter me before meeting up with you all.
Does it know you're here?
Well, if it's
Yes, this works both ways.
That's interesting. Well, maybe he or she wants to keep a low
on
profile.
my list, mine is still a distance to walk.
Hi, Hallie.
So
Bye, Hallie.
if they don't want to,
Oh, there
Oh.
goes Hallie.
hi.
Hello there.
Why are you guys at the jail?
We're
Well, these two were visiting a prisoner, I believe.
Friend? Friend
Yeah.
is there? Oh. I'm sorry they're in
Did-
jail.
Was Hallie there with? No, that was Ariel and Faunra who was with Katie the last time.
No, last time Hallie was, I think, doing something with the mayor. I don't particularly remember. That was back in the days of the bottle.
Trist will just jerk a thumb towards the door. One of my cousins or something, and Bob's future husband.
Future. Okay.
All right then.
So
I'm sure with the things we've done for the mayor, you might be able to swing some nights alone with them.
Well, if you want me to leave you to it next time, Bob, don't hesitate to ask. When you started telling her all about our sexcapades, I was practically tempted to just walk out at the time. All right, good talk, buddy.
All right, good talk.
sorry, what did you say? No, seriously, I had a fucking Picardo stream just clicked on and just blasted shit in my ear.
I was saying, with all that we've done for the mayor recently, we could probably swing you a couple of nights to just be alone with Katie.
Okay, I heard rather there, but do a train on Katie?
No, Ariel was saying we
No,
could get you some
so
conjugal
with
visits
all
with
that we've
Katie.
done for the mayor, yeah, we can get you some conjugal visits.
Everyone congoling the vampire.
But there's no vampire, it's just...
And how do you know?
Oh, that is a good question.
Our party's current rate of detection
he's
for
talking about-
vampires is we're batting 0.
What are you looking?
Yeah,
Who are
we
you
haven't-
looking for in the way of vampires now? Sorry.
Who knows?
Who even knows? But
Yeah,
yes, good we've run into you, Halua. We should be gathering everyone up. We're going to be looking for a dragon in the town.
I think we'd see it if there was a dragon.
They can shapeshift.
human form and all that.
Why?
Well, because this tells me there is one, and she taps the crown.
But didn't Carrie tell us that dragons are just like people? They're not all bad.
Yeah, but Ariel wants to suck its dick.
That is
Yes.
no, I do not want to do that. I'm just
Are you
concerned that
sure?
there's a
Okay.
yes. I'm just concerned that there is a dragon in the town, and dragons have a history in this continent of, well, lots of destruction.
Look, all the dragons I've met so far have been sweethearts. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm talking about all the ones in our history books that constantly tell about pillaging the land and burning it with hellfire and other such
Oh,
Yeah, but those are all
energies.
gone now.
oh, you mean raiders? Yeah, you mean raiders and warlocks,
Eh,
right?
I mean, there is an interesting point in that, like, people have done a lot of bad stuff too.
All I'm saying is that it is a minor concern that there's a dragon in town and people didn't know about it.
The fact that people didn't know is a pretty strong
Okay.
indicator that the dragon's harmless.
Or that the dragon is very new to the town.
Could be. Or it could have settled here years ago and has a wife and 2 kids.
All I'm saying is we look out for it and see if it is a threat to the town. If not, then nothing bad has happened. And if it is, then we're preventing a threat in the nip of the bud.
I don't disagree, but let's keep our minds open.
Okay,
Yeah,
we'll all
it's
go
a-
look at the pretty dragon. Wink, 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 wink.
Yeah, it's just a social checkup.
Yes,
I think all of our friends are getting drunk.
that's quite possible.
How do you intend on finding the dragon? Does your crown tell you where they are?
Only within a mile.
It tells you that
I-
they are within a mile. You could probably circumnavigate and figure it out by stepping in and out of detection. Although they'll be able to tell that you are doing that.
You're
Because you will.
actively pinging.
Yeah, exactly. Like, they constantly know that you are within a mile, and you constantly know that they're within a mile. So if you do a circular motion to try and find the center point of a mile, they will sense you stepping in and out of range as well. Probably, since they're the one not moving, they would figure out exactly who it is and who's doing that and where.
Hold on, everyone. I've got an idea.
And for them, it would be very clear that there really are thirsty sluts in their area.
I've got an idea.
They're trying really hard to find them.
I'll just post up on the town's
Okay.
notice board that we're offering free trials of scale polish oil. The only person who would be interested in that is a dragon. But a dragon will clearly find that irresistible.
Or listen, people.
Well, what about a
There are no
Slamolander?
salamanders in town.
How do you know? It's a huge town.
Been here for days, on and off. We haven't seen a single one.
We haven't been here for a whole day.
Not this
yet,
trip,
dude.
but other
It's like-
trips. We've been here repeatedly.
Yeah, for like a day at
No.
most.
No, we've absolutely
Yes.
gone over nights here.
Did you already ask Mayor McBun?
I did, yes. She did not know there was dragon.
We could go
It
ask the
is.
nice church lady.
It
A
has
lot of
very much
people,
concerned her.
a lot of people go to church. Or ask the people at the library. Dragons have big brains. Maybe they like reading.
It's not
Okay.
something we should just go around spreading around willy-nilly.
Then
Wait,
how do you
wait.
want to find them?
Wait a second. Okay. What's your name now? Tristan. Christy. Do we know? Or rather, DM.
Yeah.
When I was looking at big old gold dragon, was her what's the name? I don't remember her name.
Queenie.
Queenie.
Queenie. Okay. When she was in human form, was her, astral presence different from everyone else's?
Probably not. No, it's just transformation.
Okay. Now I figured that since she's compressing a giant ass fucking dragon, there should be like some difference in like energy and spirit. Her physical body is just smaller, but her soul size is still bigger. I was thinking back to the whole with the mimic there.
Uh-huh. No, there's nothing astrally different about Queenie.
Okay, no, so I can't can't differentiate the dragon astrally at least. So that's ticked off then.
Yeah, so there is a
Yeah.
tried and true method of just me stepping in and out of a mile and finding all that, but it will multiply repeatedly tell them that I am looking for them.
Yeah, that don't just.
I am simply stating it is an option. It is a viable option.
Yeah, but that seems like more like a hostile action. Be like, where the fuck are you? Where are you out there? Ping, ping, okay, that direction. Do you at least have a general notion in which direction and cardinal direction they're in?
Do I have that, Scow?
Nope.
No.
Good old Trist insight.
Fucking, I know, right?
Faunra's gonna get up from the table and head over to Tristan when she finds that he's in the building and is up to something. What's going on here? You scale polish.
And keep will sit at the bar. And you think that incredibly dangerous night business, you should just posit this to some scaled haver in my tavern without permission or asking? What happens if you just end up giving some salamander a scale job?
I mean, if there's a salamander in town who wants some of the oil, then that's fine, I guess. I made like a quart of it.
Sure, I've dated a salamander before. Gimme.
I'm not seeing any scales here.
Bob, for God's sake, roll
I
insight.
think it's for. I think
I don't know. Maybe she wants to give a salamander a scale job.
Oh god, we're so bad at this.
Well, I was being assisted for this, right? Or
Sure. Still have no idea. I guess.
alright, you know.
Well, now we know that it's a dragon because
Yeah,
3
I-
billion deception. I'll give her a vial, sure.
Thank you very much. She will place that under the counter. I'm sure they'll very much appreciate that later.
why the sudden interest in cosmetics for salamanders?
It's not for fucking salamanders, goddamn. I'm sure a salamander could get
Okay.
use out of it, but
So what scaled thing are you trying to bring into my tavern?
well, the thing is, it's probably already here. I mean, hell, it could be you.
Uh-huh.
See, there's a dragon in town, right? And it's disguised as a humanoid.
A dragon.
God fucking damn it! Why did I tell you people anything?
I'm just like whispering to a tavern keeper, who's probably the dragon.
I said, don't just spread it around. Who do we just do? We just spread it fucking around.
Oh, yeah, right. You got rumbled so immediately. Like to the least pressuring question ever. Like she didn't even really try especially hard. And you're like, so there's a dragon.
It's so outlandish. She'll never actually believe me.
Oh no, I mean you come in and said it's night business, so she will believe you. She thinks maybe you're an idiot, but you know, she believes you. Okay, so again, you're trying to bring dragons into my tavern.
Like I said, they're probably already here. So I give out something a dragon would want, and maybe it'll
Right.
come talk to me. Then we can hopefully make sure it's not a threat.
Except what if knowing that they've been rumbled and revealed means that they become a threat, huh?
Well, then they were probably already a threat to begin with. And they already knew we were here and knew about them, so ideally they'll go away.
Well, wonderful circular logic.
Well, it's not ideal.
How long has
They're
this
like,
dragon been here then?
No idea.
Right. So should I be looking for new visitors or?
I don't know. That's why we're trying to investigate.
Scale. It's like saying dragon trap here with a cardboard box with a stick.
it just constantly makes the, like crazy motion on the left side. So on the opposite side of like Tristan,
Yeah,
like
she just like
singling her.
she just snort giggles.
Faunra will grab Tristan's arm. Perhaps we should take this elsewhere and discuss what the issue is.
Huff.
Yeah. Ariel, would you like to give me some kind of, I suppose, a survival check, perhaps, to try and like isolate a mile circle?
Sure. Survival or yeah, I guess only survival would be able the thing to do it, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean that is what you would use to triangulate on a real map.
Yep. Okay.
Give one some out.
I'm gonna use smoke this D4 I've got. Might as well.
Sounds like a
I
good
do
plan.
have a question. Doesn't triangulating only work if the target is static?
It's true. They'd have to be in one place. But you
Is
will
it?
also then be able to tell if it's moving if you start finding out that your mile area is elliptical.
Is it 13 enough to do that?
Yeah, you can narrow it down to a building.
A 14.
The 13, I was not assisted.
No, yeah, you weren't there when Ariel went to do this. But you're
Oh.
literally in the tavern with Trist, telling people that he's crazy. just Ariel was like, fine, well, you go do this stupid crazy thing. I'm gonna go triangulate. Literally, like, all in
Oh.
here.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go by myself. I'm gonna grab at least like maybe Tajana or Faunra to come with me, since these two are
I'll
honestly
loan
just
you
fucking
Tachi
rumble
then,
me.
since Faunra's already
Yay!
voiced
Yeah, yeah.
herself as there.
Yeah, like it's a bad idea for me to just go off and do this by
What?
myself,
No.
and
It
I would not
is.
just do that for myself.
But yeah, your triangulating brings you to, yeah, they are probably in the tavern.
All right.
It's the innkeeper.
No, it's all a
Into the
red
tavern
herring. It's
I
actually
go
this
then.
beardy fucking dwarf
Tristan.
over here.
It would be very funny if the person asking you not to attract a dragon to her tavern is
Yeah, I
just
mean,
a
that's
dragon.
exactly what I expect.
It probably is.
You guys are no fucking fun at all.
Hooray! We figured
I figured
it
it out as soon as
out!
you described her hair color. I was like, oh, this person's important. Hello.
Or she has dyed hair.
Oh shit, that hair, yeah.
Silver.
She's been here the whole
Silver.
time.
She has been here the whole
And
time.
she's been a
Yeah.
dragon the whole time.
Multiple times. Yes, she has been a dragon the whole time.
The dragon!
Well, I'm in the tavern. I'm just around for now, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, like, as Ariel's been doing this circumnavigating, people inside the tavern have just been noticing that this bartender's been getting, like, gradually more and more irritable during service. It's just fucking Ariel's just, like, picking her radar over and over and over again.
Is something wrong?
Oh no, I'm just getting a terrible headache.
Like something's wandering into your perception and leaving over and over again.
It's true. And I mean, if there were some, something incredibly dangerous about me, then I would certainly be pissed off if someone were doing that over and over again. Maybe you should find that person and tell them to stop it.
Just let's give her a wink. Yeah, all right. Hold on. Go. I Ariel.
I mean, you can just ask Callie to send her.
Ariel's
Yeah,
just
no.
like
I mean, by
walking
this
in.
point, it probably does Yeah, like it coincides with Ariel's appearance pretty much on the dot because she's been remaining in circuit now.
Yeah, the dragon's fine. Don't worry about it.
All right.
Or a clap on the shoulder.
How do you
The
know?
bartender.
Oh.
The bartender is busy staring daggers into you and pouring herself a fifth of whiskey.
And she's very annoyed.
I shall go apologize to her then. I'll just go down to like near the end of the bar, so it's a little bit out of the way from like the other like patrons of the bar.
And she commands you to go fuck yourself, and you spend the next few hours bouncing on a dildo.
You would have to do it.
Yeah.
That's a good
And-
point. This could be
and-
quite fun for me and not for you.
And once we're away from like most of the compatriots or whatever, and I'll just apologize for multiply pinging her.
Mm-hmm. And why were you doing that?
To ascertain where such a dragon as yourself might be, so that we may deal with it without harming the town, or figure out some way to make sure that it wasn't a threat to the place.
I see. Well, I can safely ascertain that I'm no threat.
Yes. For that, you have my apologies.
Hmm. So how do you sense me?
Well, she will tap the crown on her head.
Oh, I see. It's a pretty little thing. All right. Tell me, what kind of powers does this give you then?
Well, aside from dragon sensing, it. Oh wait, she asked for everything, didn't
Yes.
Yes, she just
Oh,
said.
fuck.
She just said, "Tell me."
She
then
didn't
yeah,
tell
your
us-
mouth is
she didn't
gonna
say-
start going.
She didn't say specifically.
Oh
though.
no, she did.
She
did
said,
say
tell me,
everything.
Oh, yeah.
tell me,
That's
what
command.
powers does this thing give you?
Yeah. Well,
Would you kindly?
well, then I'll tell her all of it. I guess. Can't stop myself.
What it gives you.
Yeah,
First
it's
of
true,
all.
and
Yeah.
it gives her the power to become mighty for consuming dragon cum.
Trist's just gonna
Or words to that effect.
try and fail to stop himself from snickering as Ariel's just like compelled to
Yes.
blow that secret out.
Well, I did say I went off
Yes.
into like a freaking like little.
Yeah, I know,
offset
but
corner.
also like, yeah, you said away from the other patrons. I don't think there's anything stopping your companions who are keeping an eye on you from like
Yeah.
witnessing
Faunra
yeah.
and Trist are just
There's
like,
no
"Bloody
way
right."
your companions are skipping out on this.
Yeah.
She blinks and leans back. That was more informative than I expected it to be. What were you hoping for, dragon blowjobs?
What's the literal truth, Ariel?
No. No, she actually wasn't.
Fair enough.
Right now.
Not right now.
Don't worry, we know a few other dragons you can suck off if you want to.
God damn it, Bob.
Kyra will smirk and rest her chin on her hand. So you would have to do whatever I tell you, huh?
Please don't abuse the bunny knight.
That's
Oh
not
no, that's true. That's
required,
not been mentioned.
Yes.
Although I think
Yeah.
like a low DC insight check could figure that shit
Yeah,
out.
yeah. The fact. Yeah. One sec. I'll show you what her deception and insight are. They're. Oh no, she crit failed for 17. Oh no, it wasn't a crit fail. It was just
Wasn't
a
a crit
red,
fail, just
red
a-
for a bonus dice.
Yeah.
So yeah, a 17 insight.
Yes.
Yeah, she notices when Ariel starts like, she probably begins like doing the usual response of like not divulging everything straight away, and then her jaw sort of just like keeps going, and even Ariel probably looks a little bit distressed when she explains in detail that consumption is power.
Please do not abuse the bun. She literally can't help herself.
Abuse her? Why would I do that? That's true. No, at most I'd only do small things like, I don't know, hop on the spot once.
You hopped on the spot once.
Nice.
And if I were you, I'd make her clean up the tavern at least for
Just
giving you a
did that.
headache.
It wasn't even a command.
Have her
Clean
do
up the
what, sorry?
tavern since she gave you a headache.
Well, that's true, but I worry what she might do in the literal sense. If she sees someone being messy, is she then going to be compelled to like go too far? And
I doubt it.
there are a lot of
Let's-
terrible tales to be told about how cursed things are.
Let's not find that out, shall we?
Fair enough. Instead, I don't know, pour me a drink. She'll gesture at the bottle and glass. I'll keep you on service for an hour or two, and we'll call it even.
All right. She says all right, but her hands are already pouring that drink.
Yeah, she's already doing it. Hooray. You see, this is
Wow,
a
that's
problem here
great. It's one
because
of those
as a
fucking
bartender,
moments of-
I begin most sentences with, so tell me, and now I'm going to have to be aware your quite literal incapability of not.
I mean, she also
Yeah.
slammed down the crown, fully knowing the properties of it.
Oh, hell yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It is a fucking
This is-
fantastic crown, and I'm getting a lot of joy out of this moment.
Yeah.
It's the best
This is one
DM
of those
bait ever.
moments. One of these moments of your mouth says one thing, but your body does another.
But your body is telling me yes.
So, how'd you end up running a tavern anyway? If you don't mind me asking.
Well, first you go through the proper channels.
You
then
know what
pay
I
money,
mean,
and then
Bob.
you start a bar.
You know, Tristan did not mean that in the quite literal sense of just obtaining tavern licenses and businesses and all that.
Yeah, I don't have to answer super literally, thankfully. I was bored, and the mayor's sort of was new at the time, and I thought that was interesting. And I like stories, and a tavern is the best place to get them.
Fair enough.
Makes sense.
You've all told your fair share of rather exciting stories, which is why, haven't tried to do anything nefarious, I guess.
Thank
You're
you
in
for
my
that.
good books, headache notwithstanding.
Well, that's good.
And Ira will grin. So what are your roles as knights? See, again, I nearly started the sentence with, so tell me. It's just a terrible habit.
We're artifact hunters. And stuff to make the night holds more powerful. Help them stave off the darkness another day.
Fair enough. And then she will turn her attention to Ariel. And now I could ask again and get a much more literal answer.
And it is the literal truth.
Yeah, you certainly could, but it is very much what Tristan said there. That is what we do.
I know, but then I'd get the specifics, and I love the juicy details. Saying we're artifact hunters and try to do good for the Nighthold is very generic. And I think a generic story is painfully dull, especially considering what you've all gotten up to.
Well, I'm sure Bob here could spin you some yarns. These fairies do love sharing their stories, after all.
Pretty
That is
well,
true.
Just reach over and grab Squish of Cat and just rolls in.
It is your time to shine.
Tajana?
What was that again?
They
It is
want me to spin a
time.
tail. Tail spinning.
Not just spin your tail, but spin a tail.
I could certainly give a performance check, but I don't have anything off the cuff.
Yeah, just tell her about all the non-arms of light artifacts we've recovered.
You're going to start telling
You'd like
stories.
to
I'm
do
going to
some
bring.
kind of a performance check, and yeah, you can totally bring up the orphan kids.
I'm
For
gonna
those
bring
who
the
haven't
kids
seen
up
them,
to
they're
the-
adorable.
Yeah, 23. Nice.
No, it's an 11.
Again,
Yep.
she is a truly cast Rakshasa, so even with help, that's an 11.
You really let Bob roll.
Maybe it's just because a dragon's. Yeah. Maybe it's just because a dragon is the one going like, oh, well, tell the story. Maybe you're getting
Oh
performance
no, we haven't told
anxiety.
Tajana shit.
Yeah.
You just pulled her in for
That's
us.
true.
Well, actually, you only have a 4 in it?
Yeah, Tiana's not like trained in
Yeah, it's not
performance or
exactly-
anything. I don't
Yeah.
know why you think she's a bard.
No, yeah.
I have a fucking 4 in
Well,
it.
you should be the one rolling then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always thought she actually was fucking trained and
No.
just
No.
rolled really
No.
good.
She's a sorcerer.
rolled
Do you know how
really
many
good.
skill trainings the sorcerer gets? It ain't fucking many.
It's not a lot.
You know how much fucking charisma they fucking have? Way fucking more than my goddamn 0.
Yeah, that's why she
Yeah,
has
it
a
turns
4.
out that 4 charisma and 4 proficiency bonus are the same number.
Indeed. Man, could have just. God damn it.
Yep.
I play instruments.
Yeah, so you want me to roll that?
I mean, too
Too
late
late
now.
for that now.
Bit fucking late
And
for
yeah,
that
I was
now.
like, okay, for the future, at least we know this.
Yeah. Say, Trist, would you like to try and salvage the situation with some piano play? Clearly, Kiri is a little bit disappointed in your delivery.
Please, this inspiration. You got that?
Are you giving me your inspiration? Because I'll fucking use it for this. Sure.
Yeah, I
Sure,
have
I'll
one.
take it.
Yeah.
Did it
Yeah, good to
27.
go.
Nice.
It turns out the story is really boring, but goddamn, it's what's
That soundtrack, though. Holy
yeah, the
shit.
soundtrack. I was trying to think of the dude that did Star Wars soundtrack, and it escaped my mind. Tristy and Marty O'Donnell.
Oh,
Yeah,
John
that's-
Williams is what you
Marty
were trying to
O'Donnell's
get at.
Halo.
Yeah, no, I'm thinking.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I
You
couldn't
said
remember.
you said
I
Star
couldn't
Wars.
remember who John. I couldn't remember who John Williams was, so I thought of another famous composer that did music I like.
Fair.
Yeah, so the only reason the story is good is because of the soundtrack.
So yeah, I always imagined Tristy as more of a Jeremy Soul player.
No, he's like classic villain grand piano, bum 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 bum, like Phantom of the Opera shit.
What, you didn't actually think that Tristy transformed into Jerry Lee Lewis every time he tickled them ivories?
He definitely plays the playlist for villains, 19th century villains, while scheming against
Yeah,
their enemies.
exactly. That's 100% Tristy style.
There you go, so everyone else can enjoy. I don't know if that's copyright. It
Yeah, I'm
starts
not gonna
with
open it on
like
stream, but
Corelli and Vitali. There's some Bach
look, if
in
the
there.
fucking Soviet national anthem is copyrighted, I don't know what isn't.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm so confused as to why they're using this painting for scheming though. This painting was about the jester being the only one at the party who was concerned and depressed when the Russians were invading Poland while the nobility partied in the background.
Because he looks like he's scheming against his enemies.
He just looks depressed.
He's just got resting scheme face,
Resting scheme face.
Resting scheme face, my god.
Yeah, now that I've got that playing in the background. Actually, no, this is the one I want. Plotting their revenge. It's my favorite.
It turns out that if Tristy wanted, he could grow a magnificent imperial tash.
He probably could.
Now you got like since you got the lip scar, every time you try and do the tash grow, it comes out lopsided, so you just never bothered.
No, instead it actually healed over well, but the thing is, it hasn't just a patch of silver on it.
It's got the
Because star
straight.
hair. Yeah.
That's the reason why Tristy got a 27.
Yeah, I'm ignoring the fucking
Right.
dragon. I'm looking at the waifu.
Yeah. Carol smack. It still feels like I don't know, the tail's certainly missing something, but Sir Tristan certainly does make up for it with his play.
He certainly does.
Ah. If only able to string quartet and some flutes and oh.
Unfortunately, most instruments are out of our wheelhouses.
Hallie has a flute.
Flute.
She'd do a toot. She's better at cooking though. Oh no! Yeah, the biggest scar I have on my body that's kept with me, even though through like multiple car accidents, has not been the ones all because I got those properly patched up, including when I nearly shattered my knee. It was just a scrape on my other knee that I got when I was running around playing basketball with holes in my jeans when I was like 9, and then scraped like a huge hunk of skin off my leg. That scar has never really healed over.
If there's a scar, it has healed over.
Oh, pedantics. Ah, no. Every time I see videos of people doing that, oh.
Yeah.
Like, I
What?
don't mind it when people are, like, slip in the water and, like, accidentally bang their shins. You kind of go, but, you know, when they
Yeah, no, I went down
actually
jaw
full
first,
on,
bit off a part of my tongue.
Oof.
It's fine, my tongue grew back longer. Ladies. Yeah, definitely everything tasted like styrofoam for a month or two while it was regrowing.
Well, I could tell you about when your girlfriend grabs your tongue and slips while still holding on to it for dear life. So let's
Please
tell
don't.
you
Whoopsie!
about tearing the frenulum. Yeah, tearing the frenulum.
Owie!
ow.
Alright, moving on
Yeah,
from
it's
that, Hal.
Yeah,
to-
moving on
the
from that.
thing about it. It's really good for.
Please don't.
Well, it was
So anyway,
legal.
So
Come on,
anyway,
please. I know where this is going, Hedrah, but I don't want to hear it. I don't. Oh, goodness. So, yes, you have learned the bartender is a dragon. What now?
I ask for cookies because I'm gonna make cookies and cream ice cream.
I don't. There's a market district link.
Hooray!
I'll ask if she has sort of any big errand outside the city or anything like that that she'd want us to do, since I did know her quite bad and I still feel a little bit bad about him. Want to make it up at least somewhat.
No, I don't have any errands. Let's see here. Oh, you should go clean my room upstairs. She'll slide you her keys.
All right then.
Hmm.
I say that as my body just picks it up.
Yeah,
grab
already
the
off
keys and
and
walking
doing
away.
it. Yep. But yeah, she'll use you as a maid for a bit. Just, not on the tavern grounds.
You know, you happen to have any, well, air quotes, family or relatives
That is
nearby?
100% none of your business.
Well, if we walk around and then suddenly that shit pings, we'll probably know.
I'm absolutely still not telling.
Okay.
So, what's your parents' name and address?
Yeah,
Social
quite
Security.
literally. Sure, maybe you might come across some siblings and ping them, but she would still be going out of her way to tell you their identities or locations. She'd be giving you information about them that you would otherwise still have to work to discover. That's fucked.
I
No, she's
think
not
a
doing
better
that.
way to think
What's your
about what
family's
Bob
names,
is saying.
locations, and social security
I
numbers?
think a better way to think about what Bob is saying is, since we move around a lot, if you know any other harmless dragons, maybe let them know the sensation you described, so we don't have to go through this song and dance in other towns.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe they'd have fun fucking your bunny.
I mean, I'm led to believe that's a great deal of fun, but still.
Well, if they do that without,
Without what? I mean, after all, she's put on the crown of let all the dragons who want to fuck me.
Yeah, she's wearing the crown of consent.
She could take it off at any point. Well, as soon as someone casts Remove
No, she
Curse,
can't.
which, we can do.
Yeah, that's a,
You can do that
Yeah,
with ease. Come now. You're all very much
She
bigging
can
this
get it off at
situation
any
up.
point.
Yeah.
Let's say it like that.
Well, yeah, she can certainly
she
get
can-
off at any time.
oh, hey.
Now, here's the
Also,
thing. I wonder what happens if I just ordered her to orgasm.
Please
I'm
get
not
a
going to
bucket
leave
and
them.
mop
I'm
I'm going
first.
to
I'm
take
not-
the kid.
Yeah,
going
no,
to take
I'm.
our orphans away now.
Yeah, no. I mean, she certainly wasn't going to talk dragon talk while the orphans were right there anyway.
Just big dinner plate, eyes staring up.
Yeah, we're not
Yeah,
going to
no,
rumble
just-
her to the rest of the town. That's...
I mean,
Yeah.
that sounds like a command she should do while I'm doing the cleaning of the room, so I have to clean it up afterwards.
Safe to clean it up again afterwards? No. Well, here's the thing: is she'll be like, as entertaining as I thought as that is, I'm not exactly I don't know, mortal sexual, I guess. It would just be making a mess for mess's sake, even if it did work.
So you're like crow?
Ooh.
Bonk Bob again.
I
Basically,
mean, it's a bit
what
hot, maybe, but
basically what she's saying. This is out of character. Basically, what she's saying is the only one she'd even remotely consider would be Taji, because Taji's probably going to be around in a century.
and she's probably
Meanwhile, the
not
rest of us are
considering
gonna
any
be
of you
dead.
guys because you've got a way higher likelihood of death
Yeah,
anyway.
but I'm saying
Yeah, absolutely.
theoretically.
Yeah, hold on. Just wait a
Yeah.
few months for me and Cass to come back as like landowning dragons. It'll be fine. Then we shall get the dragon pussy.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, I like
The
elves.
Dragusi.
They're great. They don't tend to age out.
Yeah, I can see that.
The what?
She's only into people that have the gift of the ageless.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
but
just
the
People
way
getting
she said it's
older,
like,
people aging is gross.
Yeah.
I don't know how you
yeah.
do it. It's disgusting.
People
I
aging is pretty
don't.
cringe. NGL.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah, believe me, it sucks for us too.
Yeah, that's the way you say it. That's like, yeah, the whole way you said it. Like,
No, you should be offended. It's
even if
disgusting. Gross.
I'd say
He
I'm gonna
pokes a
look like
tongue
this
out.
forever, but and then she changes into someone else.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, no, the way you said like the mortal part is like
Bob, you're gross.
the only thing that's not mortal. Yeah. Well, it's
Yes, it
not my
is. It's
fault.
your mind has
She
been in the
said it.
gutter all day.
It's super your fault that's her. Yeah, that's
The-
certainly where you were going,
Lit-
and that's not the right
Literally
place to
the
be going.
first person we talked to today. You basically described your entire sex life to them in graphic detail.
What?
Yeah.
And it's just been going on from there. You just come on, Bob. Walk a higher path with me.
Courier will.
My brother in Wayland. Come
Courier
on.
will grin. My brother in Wayland, please. No, I mean I've dated a few elves here and there. It's
Yeah,
about
those are
it.
pretty great.
She too has the banishment spell.
Cassie will look up at Faunra. What's up, Faunra?
I would ask for a letter of recommendation for
Okay.
squirehood.
Oh, do the children there want to become Black Knights?
Yes.
I suppose becoming bunnies would be a little bit difficult for them. Glad they chose the, the best one instead. She winks at you and will pull out a parchment. Let's see here. What are their qualifications or feats or any of that kind of thing? Do they have any of that, or is it just a qualification of character?
Just a qualification character. They're just orphans just out of the orphanage that I picked, that I have had my eyes on.
Ah. And you are sure they want to be knights? I'd hate to, put in a recommendation and not. In fact, how about I have a chat with them?
That would be
This-
best.
Yeah, they're perfectly fine around kids, Again, parent. She gestures at herself.
They have repeatedly expressed that they want to be knights. So. And they are the correct age.
Yeah. Smell puffs. Yeah, she'll go trot on over to the kids and have a chat with them. It probably takes about a half hour, and you can see that they have very excitable expressions the entire way through. Cassie will gently take the tiefling's hand and look over for the digit damage before checking a bit further down and making sure that there isn't some lasting old nerve damage that's going to screw him over in the future. And he will pout. Be like, no, it's fine. Nod and smile. All right, yeah, perfectly fine. write you a little letter of introduction then. The orphans will hug she horse legs, and she'll trot back over to the table and finish filling that out for you.
Thank you.
No problem. Look, the world needs more knights, now more than ever. And probably tomorrow more than ever. And the day after that. She finishes scribing that in. She pulls out a little stamp. It's just her emblem. And she'll clamp that down with a bit of wax and slide it over. There you go. They hand that in to the front gate. That'll get them in with no problem. They seem like they'll have no issue doing some hard work to keep going. Doesn't hurt that orphans tend to already be quite well versed in looking after themselves and others.
And they are very eager.
Oh, certainly, which definitely helps. And she will smile. Let's see here. Ariel, this fucking woman leaves her apartment in a complete mess.
Oh god, that's gonna be my question. Like, how messy is this place?
Yep. There's like the bedding definitely all needs making. Like her bookcase, she's just been like taking out books. Like she has more books than fit in the bookcase, and none of them are alphabetized.
I'm gonna be here a while.
Yeah. But hey, whilst
Oh.
looking around, why don't you roll me a d20?
Okay.
Find her enormous collection of bunny dildos. Oh god.
Crit.
Oh dear.
All right. You
Yay.
also find a like a very large chest that's been slid under the bed that she uses, and then bolted to the underside, so that if you were to like crouch and look underneath, you wouldn't see it on the ground as a case. But you're just being that thorough as you're cleaning, and you find this thing as you like nudge against this. You can see it. This chest is loaded to the brim with old discarded dragon scales.
Ooh.
You can see that they are a pearlescent solid silver.
I mean, obviously those need cleaning, and they're just in a bin there.
Yeah, you sit and dust all the scales off and then return them to the chest.
Yep. Is there anything interesting about the scales other than being silver scales?
I mean, uh, would you like to give me an Arcana test?
Oh. 19.
Let's see here. It looks like a couple of them have got spells written on the back of them. It looks like these scales have been used as like impromptu scrolls.
Fascinating.
I didn't know they could do that.
The first one you pick up at a glance. Let me double check. God, my tummy's grumbling again. The first one appears to have Dimension Door written on it. Another one has, I don't even know what this spell is. One second. It's
That's
from
always a good thing.
It's from Fizzbands, which is double fitting, considering it's written on a
yes,
dragon
of
scale. Ralathim's Psychic Lance.
Ah, yes, of course. You mean Senatrea's Psychic Lance.
Yeah.
Very neat. Well, I suppose either like when she comes up there or whenever the room is done, I'll just go back down to her.
Yep. Oh yeah, also while you were cleaning up, you found a bunch of coin that like fell down behind her sofa.
Obviously, I'm going to collect that up so I can give it to her.
Yep. So yeah, you return, you got like a bag of trash to take out the back and about like 12 gold in random electrum pieces and silvers.
Found
Oh,
these
thank you very
behind the-
much.
Yes. Also cleaned out that little bit of hidden chest you had down there.
Which one?
The one with scales.
Ah, fair enough.
Very intriguing. I didn't know that that could actually be done.
Yeah, I mean, they're just as useful as reagents as any scroll would be. The scales themselves make up the component cost for some of them.
Fascinating. Was that another chest I was supposed to find out there to clean? Because I didn't see one.
No, that's fine. I'm glad you didn't find the other one. I'd have been surprised if you had, since it's covered in invisibility runes.
Ah,
Yeah, there you go. A good job at cleaning, and she shall pat you on the head but once.
thank you.
Well, I have something I need to do, so I might just slide my ass away from here and I'll be back later.
Sure,
Alright.
have fun. I hope that you get over whatever it is you're so terrifically down bad for.
Should you need services in the future, feel free to give us a shout.
Oh, certainly, I know exactly who to call.
Just pass that
Yeah,
trace.
I suppose that would be a very good one to call, wouldn't it? She'll take the trash out and come back in and, I guess, order a drink since this is a tavern. She's gonna stay here for the night, I suppose.
Yeah, her apartment is above the tavern. She likes being in the tavern. This is where the stories and the people are.
Well, yeah, no, I was saying like that. I'd be ordering a drink, and a tavern is a
Oh,
place you. Yeah,
yeah, of course. Yeah, she does usual bar service.
And she's not the only one staying in the tavern. The adventurers are also.
This is also true. Indeed, yeah. She'll keep you all well plied with alcohol. So what are the rest of your plans? Bob, I see you are stealthing up to the mayor's place. Do you actually go inside?
Not through the front door.
Well, I need
Oh.
to knock on the door. I have to knock through, like knock.
And sure, eventually, it's probably a little bit late in the evening, but Atris's page will walk up and checks the door hatch before opening it properly.
She just checks, looks around, sees nobody closes. Be like,
Oh
they're
no, then
here.
no. Then if there's no if there is nothing there, then she closes the fucking hatch. Then and yeah, shlunk.
No, I mean, like she looks, she opens the hatch at the top, looks around, sees nobody, opens the hatch at the down below and sees Bob. Ah, there you go.
The Hobbit hatch.
Fair.
Yeah,
Yes. How can I help, Sir Bob?
greetings. Evening. I was wondering if the mayor is available, even if it's late.
I believe after some exercise, she's gone to bed now. I could take a message for her in the morning.
Nah, I'll just see her then in the morning.
Okay. And then she will smile and close the latch again. But yeah, Atris gone and got herself very tuckered out, running around on new leggies.
Be like, holy shit, I had puzzles I forgot I had.
Yep, them thighs would really needed a lot of work.
It'll be a shock for her in the morning because she's still in her old fucking routines. Be like, all right, brain doesn't work in the morning. I have to get the fucking wheelchair that just smacks her feet. Because she just got her legs today.
Eh. There's
Hold on.
old Bob sneaking around.
Indeed, old Bob is all sneaking around and just ravens up while keeping the shit going. And just surveys the city.
Yeah, I mean, it's a city like any other. There are guards in the streets on various night shifts. They'll nod to you.
No, I was in aerial survey. I was literally raving up.
Oh, okay, sure. Then you see a bunch of guards and a town that is quiet and at rest. It is late in the evening. Some people are finishing leaving whatever workman districts they're in and are headed towards either homes or the tavern. Place is starting to get busy. Now you're
I
headed
see.
to the Moonwell.
We are, yes.
Do tell me how that goes. I hear it's a weird place around there.
It'll be even better at the
Will
full
do.
moon.
As soon as when we're back in town the next time, I shall tell you as much as I can.
Excellent.
Hmm.
But yes, as well. Do not be too surprised seeing the mayor in the next few days.
Yeah.
So, what are our plans after the Moonwell? Are we just teleporting somewhere?
I think we should make our way to Tammy's group and see if they don't want to come along with us for the last leg of the artifact.
Yeah, I guess that's a fair point. Mm. Yeah, we'll be pretty near there. Shame we haven't heard anything from them.
Yep.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it'll be a few days travel from them, and provided they haven't gone somewhere else off from it.
Hey, Cass.
Yes.
Since we're not getting any extended downtime in the near future, what would you say about porting yourself back to the Dragonhold? I think that's where the next leg of our journey will be kicking off, and getting a head start on working on all these soul stones we picked up.
Yeah, I could do that. Sure. Is there anything else that the rest of you have a need of?
If you could make preparations for a boat to go along to the island out there, that would do us
Oh,
well.
we're gonna.
That way we're not scrambling.
Hey, if we have a boat, we could hook up with Belle for a bit. Our group.
That's true as well.
Isn't that in the
That's an
opposite?
entirely other
Oh, yeah, it's a
island.
Yeah, it's
different
such
island,
opposite
but still.
island, yes.
It's also to the far to the
That's-
south, but the arm is to the north.
Just saying, you know. There's clearly some action going on there.
I'm sure it would be nice.
I
There's
also
certainly a
wanna
lot
go.
going on over there.
I also want to go and find that Fulgurite that Mr. Uncle Waylon told me about.
True.
Let's see. Remind me, Scout. Isn't like there a dragon friend down there that Tammy wanted to
Yeah.
speak to or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
There are many reasons to visit that island.
Yeah.
This is true.
There are other things along that island that we should visit as well. If not before the arm, then after it.
Well, might as well do it sooner rather than later.
Sure, I can prepare a boat that'll take us to the other island. I imagine that we'd need to get some special help, such as anyway, because active war zone we'd be sailing through.
Yes,
And
quite.
I don't think any of us really know how to sail properly.
No, I do not know how to sail properly.
Help.
Barging down a river, a little bit.
Yeah. I can navigate with the best of them, but actually handling the boat will need a specialist.
Sure, I'll grab us a sailor. There should be one at the gatehouse down there. Sure, I'll send some letters down to the gatehouse and do some enchanting in the dragon hold.
Excellent.
If that doesn't, yeah, if it doesn't work for getting a set from there, we can always try and pick up one from your new town, Tristan, or one from Eidolon's Mast.
Mm.
True, I suppose it's been long enough that, what was it, Shandana and the rest of her swarthy crew will be turning up in the area?
I believe so. It's been at least a week or so more for them to travel.
So long as Tristan's mother hasn't gotten a hold of them all and rendered them incapable of travel again.
That is a very possible thing.
Well, I think she'd only keep him busy for a day or two. That's long enough for their hips to recover.
Max. Yes, of course. Sure, we can do the run around. I'll head down to the dragons, and Tajana can transport the children to the Black Knight Hold.
Sounds good.
I will meet you when you arrive. And yes, I would get a head start on enchanting things. Although that would mean, Faunra, your blade.
Yeah, yes.
If you wish to have your blade enchanted, I will need to have a hold of it.
Will you need the blade for our expedition into the well, though? In order to, well,
She spreads her hands. I have no idea. I don't know what you have to expect over there. Although you have other weapons, I suppose.
Trist is already in the process of handing his dragon lance off to Cass. It's like, I'll just take something else out of the caddy bag. It's fine.
Yeah, you've all got other weapons.
well, I less meant for her having other weapons and more that the blade would be the thing being used in the well, wasn't it?
No.
Much as I would like to have it empowered, I cannot allow this weapon to part from me.
I see. There will be some waiting around then when you get to the dragon hold for me to enchant it. Sorry, Faunra, you'll have to let go of it for a whole week.
Well, you could get your armor enchanted instead. And just grab your
Yeah,
breastplate here in
go off
town.
to somewhere naked.
I believe I might have. Wait, no, I sold that off, didn't I?
Yeah.
Never mind
I-
then. I was
I'm
gonna say I
pretty-
might have a spare set of mail for you, but I think I figured it might be a bit too different.
I will merely have to go without
Yeah.
any kind of magical enchantments.
Look, you can at least wear some temporary armor. I'll get your breastplate done instead of your weapon. And get that, what was it, fire shield?
Yeah.
Yes.
Fire shield's really good.
Yeah.
What is Fire
Mhm.
Shield?
Every time someone bonks Faunra, it'll take 2d8 fire damage.
Ooh.
Pretty spooky.
It's very spooky for the barbarian
Especially,
that gets
especially
hit a lot.
since Faunra in particular doesn't just get hit a lot, but on the occasions where she isn't being hit like a shit ton, it's because she's locked off someone, and being able to get rid of them by being struck would be a lot easier for her. Faunra's like 1-on-1 versus 1 fight time is not particularly fast, but Fire Shield would pretty much double that.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm sure we can pick up an extra breastplate here in town, and I'll get that one enchanted for you.
Very well.
In fact, 1 second. She's gonna like crouch down and whisper something to the kids, and then they will attend you and de-armor you like would-be squires.
That's the
Cassie will-
spirit. That's the
Yep.
spirit, kid.
Exactly. Cassie will grin. Oh, she's a big baby, and she's afraid to let me borrow her sword.
Oh, Lord.
She winks and will put your armor together. All right, I'll get to work on this. What else should I get started on?
Let's see. There's the armor and the lance. That's 2 weeks. That'll probably be.
That'll probably do it,
Yeah.
honestly, yeah.
Yes, it's a Any more
Okay.
would just be asking too much,
Oh.
really.
Yeah, I could take another and just to borrow one of the wizards in the hold as well, just to make that a little bit easier.
Actually, speaking of things to do with wizards in the hold, Trist is gonna pull Maloroy's sword off his back and hand that to her. Maybe one of them can figure out what the hell this thing's deal is, and if not, just disenchant it down to Residium.
Mm.
Has your mom moved her tower?
I mean,
Wasn't she just
It's
north?
definitely not outside the dragon hold anymore.
I
no.
imagine.
Okay.
Now that she's recovered and Trist is somewhere else, she's
I imagine
fucked
she's
off.
probably up
Mm.
at the up at Ensport, or else at some secret mom place. Yeah.
So she-
Secret mom place.
So she's going to the Dragonhold, right? And the Dragonhold's like the one that has like a long history of hunting dark beasts down a lot more than the other holds, right?
I mean, it's part and parcel with a couple of the older ones. Their thing was obviously old dragon hunts, but yes, they've certainly got a pretty storied history.
There is one more thing I'd like you to look into, or to have someone at the Dragonhold look into. I've recently come into knowledge of a beast of darkness that killed many of an elf in my mother's line.
A beast of darkness that killed elves in your mum's line.
That's right. A
Okay.
snake with many tentacles is the only description I have for it. I've not seen too much of it myself. I was only able to catch a glimpse during the whole witch's meet of it.
I see. Okay then.
I understand it's not much to go off of, but any little thing could help with discerning more about it.
Gross. Gross. Now you know what it is like to be as
I have
turned.
become cool, finally. Still only get to make 2 attacks around.
How cool! Draw.
Hey!
Hey.
Just reclass
I
to
am
fighter.
a fighter.
Rune Knight.
Yeah, but you're
Reclassed
not a
into
full
Yeah,
fighter. You
I-
got like involved
I have 6 levels of Artificer, yes. I like being
Yeah,
an
exactly.
Artificer, though.
There
It
you
is,
go.
it is
Artificer
cooler
is
than
super
being
cool.
a fighter. While giving up nothing fighters have.
And yeah, exactly. And it's as well, they have all of that joyous, like, thematic story things going for them. Like, an artificer is the person you can turn to do
Yeah,
weird shit.
Which Trist does.
And I feel like that's very important for pushing a plot.
Exactly. Like, Trist just grabs random, like, ancient statues and be like, come along, friend.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mirror
you need
gives
something
you guys a
weird done,
thumbs
you
up.
talk to Trist or Bob.
Yep, pretty much.
Brother.
They're brothers.
Brother!
But anyways, yes. I understand. Not much to go off, but a little bit.
Sure, I'll give it a go. And you will give Trist a big ol' heckin' smoocherino.
Hell yeah. Love you, baby. See you soon.
Mwah. Love you too. And she will, hop or teleport. The orphans watch it disappear like, wah, and then also follow.
One day they might be able to do that.
Maybe someday.
If they train hard enough, they definitely will be able to.
And since you're an artificer, Tristy, you can do that thing where you attach a balloon to people and zipline them away.
I actually have a spell for that. Hold on. It's from,
Amazing.
Deep. I can just pick somebody up and be like, no, you're over there now. Zap.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you could fastball special Hallie.
Pew. My god, I'm so hungry. My tummy won't stop grumbling. Oh yeah, like over the course of the day or the night, like there are at least a couple of times where she says something casually and then a patron looks at you weirdly when you just like leap to perform. Like, huh. But none of them catch on because, you know, it's late and everyone's drinking.
Yeah. I was wondering how much this will happen over the few days that we're staying here.
I'm gonna
Probably a
miss
bunch.
those
It's
kids.
probably
Probably
had
bunch.
chili
Oh,
nuts.
sweet lords. Ah,
What?
What? What's wrong?
there was a strike. I can actually feel it.
Owie.
No, that's a good thing. That
Oh,
means
right, yeah, it's a
that
discharge.
discharge.
Right. Good.
Oh, I can actually feel it in my fucking bones. Oh, snag, it was so good that feels.
The relief.
Yeah, it's a start of a relief. It's just that fucking drill noise just that much quieter.
Wonderful. Let's see.
So,
So what else do you guys get up to in town for a couple days?
how many is a
Well,
couple of days? Because I do have skill training to do.
3.
3?
3 days.
I will mark
I'm
off the
gonna
thing.
have a chat with the mayor.
Sure. So yeah, come morning, the mayor is waiting.
Ah, greetings, mayor.
Yeah, morning, Sir Bob. How's it going?
Well, it's it's pretty okay, but apparently you're having a much better day than the
Well,
majority of people.
certainly. Sure. She will beam.
Yes, I saw you take your steps there. Like, what's the raven there? You did get your shelves dusted, I take it?
Yeah, I got that all done yesterday.
Must be. Don't overdo it. It's rather exhausting when you start moving again.
Sure, but I'll get there. To what do I owe the pleasure, Bob?
Well, I was coming to ask about Katie.
Aha. And what would that be?
Well, since it's been 5 years, and according to them, they have been chipping away at their sentence.
Yes.
At what rate, and how do we expedite that?
I see. That would be why I was asked not to tell you anything.
Yes.
She will smile and briefly considers closing the door on you, but that's just a bit too rude. Look, that's between us.
Uh-huh.
You've done me a deep favor, but I also would appreciate that not being used for some kind of leverage to have me espouse my mayoral duties.
Oh, no, I'm not saying, I'm not using that at any time. I'm asking if there is any legal way to expedite it, not nepotism.
Legal, yes. Moral, no. She's been there for doing a crime. Criminals get punished when they do crimes.
Yes, I know.
Well, then, if you knew, then why did you come?
Well, as you just said, there's a legal way to expedite it, but
True,
not
and
a
it
moral
is
one.
indeed immoral, so no.
Hmm.
It's being expedited as legally and morally as possible already. It will take a while, but that's the nature of doing crimes. You do the time.
Well, well, as the pragmatic or whatever you want to call it, morally gray people call it's only a crime if you get caught.
I am going to slowly close this door rudely in a second, though. I don't want to hear
I
that I'm the
understand.
mayor.
I know. It's, ah, Just, well, time limitations. I just find them annoying.
Of course, no, I'm just afraid you'll have to wait. She spreads her hands lamely. I don't know what you expect here, Bob. She's lucky to be alive.
Yes. I just,
Or he, I think it is at the moment. Mia pauses and then
Lovely.
shrugs.
we're just kidding. But, yeah, it's just, I have a sort of selfish vested interest in it.
I'm sure you do, but unfortunately, you've even admitted that it is selfish. I'm not about to give you any leeway here.
Mm.
Are you interested in some kind of conjugal visit arrangement?
Well, more along the lines of not being holed up in a god itself, but that's just me.
Yeah, no, that ain't happening.
Ask her about house arrest.
That's literally what she is.
Not really.
Yeah, not really. She's still in prison.
Yeah, in the only safe environment because, there's only safe, containing environment. Like if you're stuck at home, it's because you're a fucking human who can't really do magic. So there's absolutely no other place you can place her down other than like a stone hole in the ground.
And she has the nicest stone hole in the ground of any of them, but no, she's not getting any preferential treatment. I mean, just honestly already getting preferential treatment. If I were to put her in any kind of a nicer situation, then basically all that's happening is the city of First Branch is just paying for her to have a job with a long stipulation on it. It's not a punishment. And then we'll stand there, wait a moment, and then slowly begin to close the door.
I just sighs.
Yeah. Sorry, these characters are lawful good.
Damn you, lawful alignment.
Well, that's the thing. If they're lawful good, they take on their orders from the lawmakers, or like the
That's
law.
true. You could try and change the law itself, and then they'd be like, "Wow, you did that for one single person." Fuck
No,
you.
what you do is you go directly to the king and get a
Yeah.
pardon for Katie. That's how you do this.
Yeah, I'm literally looking at that fucking king situation. Like,
Oh my god. Would she even accept a pardon,
Because-
though?
No, she'd absolutely turn it down. She'd be like, "What? Fuck you."
well, it's too late. You're
key, I guess.
already pardoned.
Gonna make me leave prison.
She sits in jail out of protest.
Now she has to pay for a room there.
They say
She walks out. Excuse me a moment. Walks down the street. Curses
Yeah, she would
someone,
actually. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, she'd just go do
Wow.
do more crimes.
do more crimes. Get
She
sent
probably
back
wouldn't
to
do
prison.
she probably wouldn't do another cursing, but she'd absolutely just start doing like minor crimes enough
She
to keep
just-
getting locked away.
She just does Panty Barge Raid 2 Electric Boogaloo. and
No, she
gets
just
locked
walks
back up.
directly to the market,
Yeah,
just picks up a bunch of shit off someone's, just
Just
walks
steals
away
in,
with it.
just steals in front of everyone and then walks towards prison with all the stolen things.
Hello, I'd like to report a crime.
Yeah. They'd be like, "Again, Katie, we just released you yesterday." Like, yeah, I know, and you'll have to, arrest me again in a week's time when you release me for petty theft. She's just gonna keep doing it. She's gonna put the petty in petty theft.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, you can certainly try a pardon, but she will not accept it herself.
I love Katie. She's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. Look, she literally knows that she is a criminal and should be serving her due diligence. And people are like, I want to help you not serve that due diligence. Like, no, that's not how this works for anyone here.
Why did she curse people in the first place?
Well,
If
it's
she
very simple.
is this lawful good?
Because she really needed to or really wanted to.
Just gonna have to settle with conjugal visits.
Well, the
And
mayor
if I do
offered
not know
conjugal
a
visits, but Bob, a conjugal visit means, you know, turning up and staying for fucking.
You don't have to do that during a conjugal visit. It's just usually what does happen.
You're not obligated to have sex, but
Old
you're
fuck.
gonna.
Okay, no, like I have. That's a new word.
Oh, well, congratulations. Your dictionary has been
Yeah,
expanded
because
on.
yeah, mostly because that shit. We literally do not have that.
But hey, just look this way. If you ever want to see them again, you always know where they are.
Yeah.
They're not going
Yeah,
anywhere.
I guess so, yeah.
Anyway, you can get your various skill trainings done. Somewhere Katie knows that you tried and is very smug over how you've been stonewalled. I say somewhere. In prison, Katie is very smug about how you've been stonewalled. She's just so fucking willful.
I'm glad she stonewalled, like, Bob herself, basically.
Yep.
This is extremely funny.
I just like the rare example of also leaning on the button and being able to tell Hedrah no and keep saying it.
I know, right? It's so funny.
So stubborn. And I'm like, never! You can't fucking make me. This is my world. I am in power.
Until Hedrah decides to overthrow the king and then...
No, just mind
Yeah,
control
that's true.
Katie.
Yeah,
Just
they're-
dominate person. Escape your cell.
Yep. Yep. Trick her into attuning to the crown and then get the bartender to order her.
Yeah. Yes, what would be a long con would just be Bob, like, getting to be a dragon, ordering me to uncurse the crown off myself, then put the crown on top of Katie, then ordering Katie to escape.
Yeah, that's the long con, alright.
A long con. That is a long con.
Kakudori.
Anyway, yes. Alright.
No, can you accept the fucking pardon?
Nope. Not
There we
doing
go.
it.
That's how we do it.
Nah.
No, it's not ordering her to escape. It's ordering her to accept the pardon.
Yeah, all right. So,
Hey,
Vote
wait,
to
my
the new well.
research.
Yeah, sorry, yes, yeah. Ask your questions.
Alright, so, Skow, in my inventory, I have 1/3 of the conjuration runes for an Elysian Gate spell. So, for my 2 research questions, question 1, where can I find the second part? And question 2, where can I find the third part?
What is this? An Elysian what now?
It's a warp gate to Elysia.
Oh, so you can just
Yeah.
go back and forth
So I'm
through
trying
it?
to banish myself for 10 seconds.
Oh, that's cool.
Or 60 seconds.
Let's
Would that
see.
even
Yeah,
work
why not?
in
You
this?
fucking
Like-
Saris has interplanar
been there
travel,
before.
unlike Iona. Just a thing here.
I
Yeah.
don't think we've really seen.
It's got Elysia as a plane that can be visited with difficulty, and it's got the elemental planes as a place where
And the Feywild.
like elementals come from. Oh, and the Feywild, yes.
In the Feywild, yeah.
I don't know why, but I never count the Feywild as a plane. It's just too fucking weird. It's like, the
Is it a
Feywild,
plane?
it's the Fey place.
Yeah,
Yeah, technically it's a
that's-
plane, but it's just
Oh.
sort of
So
like
when-
slap. It's like the reverse inside
Yeah,
of the planet.
when the Feywild first came into existence in Bori, there were 5 planes in total: the mortal plane, the Astral Sea, the Elemental Chaos, the Shadowfell, and the Feywild. And the first two and last two were both meant to be like polar opposites of each other. So Feywild is like hyper emotional, saturated color, and the Shadowfell is all like washed out gray, emotionless darkness. They were
Blizzard come for you. That's our word for darkness, because it's fell. It's basically called the Dark
Yeah.
Dark.
yeah.
Yes, it's effectively like 60s hippies versus 60s East European
Yeah.
rock.
Yeah, it's the Dark Dark versus the Gay Gay.
Okay,
This
then.
is accurate. Yes.
Yes, that's right. The Feywild is an individual plane. Although I kind of just to make it so the Feywild is that same like chaotic and weird that you'd find whatever their aspects of the Shadowfell in there as well. Like makes no sense that those two are separate places when they could just coexist internally in one plane.
But
Well, anything
until you
much
get a
more
Shadow
interesting for
Shadow
conflict.
Bobado.
Exactly.
Or Double Hell.
Double stay the fuck away from Double Hell.
And just below that, Blighttown.
Of course.
That's the place you really don't want to end up.
No,
Your
no,
frame
other,
rates.
other Blighttown you have Ohio.
Ah.
Yeah, can confirm.
Greetings from Ohio. We hate it here.
Why do you think we went to fucking space? We wanted to get away.
Yeah. I thought it was just to escape from communism.
No, that was actually like 3/4
Well,
of
capitalism.
all
We're
the
one of them.
Yeah, they're just all
astronauts
fucking
to the moon are
Ohioans.
from Ohio.
Yeah.
They just want to
Yeah.
get as far away from Ohio as possible.
It's impossible, though.
The cut footage is just them dragging the astronauts back into the spaceship. No, I want to stay here.
I want to
don't
stay in space.
You don't see it, but as you go further out, everything just becomes one giant Ohio.
No!
It always was. All right. Anyway, anyone else with any other things? I'm just give me a moment with Trists. So while I'm pondering anything anyone else was getting up to that they need to ask me shit for.
Nope, not really.
Okay then.
Well, we can restock on food for.
Oh God, yes,
mounts.
we're actually
Not a
like
problem.
turbo
I do
out of
have a
food. Hold
question.
on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
buy
do.
all the resources.
That's
you
just
need.
it's just our need of bookkeeping.
I actually do have a question.
Yeah.
After sending off those kids to the Black Knights, Faunra wants to ask Tiara what her plans are. Because by all account, she is skilled enough to easily join a knight hold herself if she wanted to. She's been a squire for what? It's been like a year now.
Yeah. Alright.
She could join any of them. Like the forest would probably be good, or maybe even the fairies.
I thought she said.
I know that the Hornets. We set something in motion with them to become a night hold themselves, but that is a very lengthy process.
It
Is
is.
she
I'm
planning
probably
on-
gonna wait until. Yeah, I want to wait until. Well, Mom has her own hold, and then I will join that one.
We had this.
I'm your squire for ages.
All right. I just wanted to make sure what your plans were. I'm glad
So
you'll
you
be
can buy
staying
like
with us.
100 or what?
What? What did her?
How much did
I
you
just bought
buy?
2,000 rations.
That's a lot.
Fucking horses eat so goddamn much.
Yes, they do.
And well, not all horses, but food in general.
No, that was just the horse
So
rations.
the answer is the same. Yeah, so the answer to your question is the same answer both times. Would you like to have a different second question?
Fucking. Okay, where's the nearest huge planar event with magical fallout?
There you go. I was gonna say, like, I'm sure that will be your question, but worth asking unless there was just something incredibly pressing.
Yeah, no, my actual third question is just like, how can I make my own horse feed for free? God damn.
God damn these horses.
Faunra.
Wait, no, not like this.
Yep, sorry, it's
No,
time to get
Milord.
Edgemacted.
Savin,
Can't even say.
Savin, you don't need to. How do you make your horses? Buy seeds. Use the druid. I can literally make shit grow.
All right, so we need to buy another wagon and another horse to go with that wagon, but we'll fill it with dirt, and then we'll make that into a mobile growery. Wait, that's fucking genius. Hold on, I'm gonna do that. I'm a goddamn genius.
Yeah, and here's
What
the
you-
hilarious thing. If you have like
We've
the
been over
wizard
this.
spell of fabricate,
We've been over
you
this
can just take the
several.
grain
We really
and
have.
make it into things like
We've been over this several times. We can't have a cart or a wagon because of the terrain we walk through.
yeah.
Just get a bunch of peasants and start making them farm for you.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could. There's one surefire way to get feed, and that's to just buy land and have someone make.
Yeah,
you
I mean
feed.
that's what we're gonna be doing up here, but you know, eventually. Unfortunately, it takes time to actually grow shit.
It's fine. We can get stuff from Hoose Reach. Hallie's already claiming a bunch of property and building a giant tower for bats, who are also cats. So I think that was everything we needed to do in this town, right?
Don't you just need to build a giant barn for the bats because they tend to like it there?
Bat cats also like giant towers because it's cat tower and a rookery at the same time. See, it works.
Not too long. Oh, well, that's a good idea. Then.
Wait, how much does masterworking cost in your settings, Cow? It's like 300 GP still.
Well,
Or
I think so. Yeah. I think it's just the traditional costs. Right, I have revealed 3 places where there is a lot of planar wild magic.
Oh boy, wild magic! I love it.
Oh shit! Why
There
aren't
are
Oh, I see it.
2 down here
Oh shit!
in the
Yep.
ocean.
Well, one's out of our certainly out of our reach.
You just a little
I
bit.
mean,
And then the last one is up in the top northwest.
Northwest.
But yeah, there are two
I see it.
planar events in the ocean to the south.
Oh, this is perfect. We go like here, boop over to here, boop over to
Yeah.
here, and there.
But what about here?
yeah, I
there,
mean,
there?
we'll see what's going on the island.
I mean, yeah, we could do that.
And in
yeah.
fact, while I'm like dream sending for 3 fucking days, do I get any updates from Belle?
Yeah. Okay then. She will do an actual
Yay.
sending. And yeah, I know, right?
I wish I was that cool.
She'll. Yeah, she will, over the course of these sendings, explain that they have hung around to do guerrilla warfare type shit on people.
Mm.
And it's going, by all accounts, pretty well. I'm not going to have any landmarks visible, but I'll give you a rough idea of this like terrain and where everything's at. Let's see. There you go. Super, like, a rough outline.
Jesus Christ.
Like, there are definitely valuable things going on there, yeah, but this island's really occupied. Currently, she is here with the Night Insertion.
Oh, right.
They have been basically guerrillaing these raiders for a while now.
Hitting the supply lines.
Yep.
We should make a round.
super robot.
I
Holy
didn't
hell.
understand any of that, Ariel. That was next level roboting.
I will. Yeah, that's
All right,
good.
how about now?
Yeah.
Yeah, if we go down there, we should take out
Yeah.
the boss down there.
I will ask Belle while we have the sending up if she wants us to come around there.
If you want, no rush.
It-
They're expecting reinforcements in like a week or two to help, although they're mostly outnumbered, so it's been guerrilla shit.
okay. Yeah, we will. I will tell her we will make our way there as soon as we're done with our current quest.
Sure.
And I will
Yeah, they've been
inform the
pretty
rest of the
busy.
party that shit's fucked over there.
All right, well, this like we shall unfuck it then.
Yep. I reckon we ought to.
Well, here's the thing. Can you buy scrolls in this town?
Some cleric ones, yeah, but they don't have a big dick wizard here.
I mean, we know they have like a probably like medium to small dick wizard.
This is also true. Like Katie could potentially do so, but has not done any scroll crafting in this place. You do also know a really quite powerful dragon who apparently writes scrolls on scales.
Can we have your scales?
I'm trying to find a list of all the shit where the rules are.
Arcane Artifice.
Important information.
Yeah, Arcana Artifice.
No objectives. Where the
Oh.
fuck is...
I'm gonna just put down the gold to buy 2 scrolls to remove curse just to have on me, just in case.
That's a good idea.
Okay.
120, so 60 GP.
I recommend giving one of those to someone else other than
Yeah,
you.
you should give those to Hallie and Bob.
I will give one to each of them because I have 2 other scrolls to remove curse on me.
I already
That's
have a
good.
Now you
scroll
have
of remove
2.
curse.
Yeah, you guys
You
actually
can
have a load
always
of that
have
shit.
more.
Uh,
So add to your
Okay.
sheets, Bob and Hallie, 1 scroll of remove curse.
Okay, we'll add that. Scroll of remove curses. Just checking price for scrolls. And you said that they got clerical or
yes, a cleric now.
They have a temple, they have clerics in there.
Like if you need to buy cleric resources, they can provide stuff, probably like level 3 scrolls in pretty reasonable numbers.
okay.
What do you need? What are you after? Tell me.
We can get to the Moonwell, please.
Sorry, it was well, a scroll of beacon of hope
Sure.
to begin with. As many mass healing words as they got.
Not many. They have like 2.
So I'll take 2.
Okay.
So those 3. Okay, that's what I wanted then. And now they are 60 EP each. So 180. And I'm removing that.
Okie dokie.
Done.
Right.
And I gave them to Hallie.
Cool. Let us see here. Would you guys like to give me a travel check?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
There's a whole one hex that you don't know of, depending on the angle you approach.
Well, I will help Bob with the ration roll as normal.
Okay. The cooking roll I can do here.
Good thing you
13.
had help, so it wasn't just a complete botch. Alright. It's enough. You guys can certainly make your way up there and over to here. Let me reveal that whole extra hex for you. But
It's fucking nothing.
Hooray! It's nothing!
yay! Alright. So the moon well. Let me grab you guys out. Copy seat. No, it's not David's. Grab you guys. Move you over here. Are you going to go to the well at day or night?
I reckon we should probably go there at like late in the day and then, just to scope it out before we do the thing at night.
Yeah, I think that
Sure.
sounds like a good idea.
Okay. Let's see here. So the approach to the Moonwell isn't especially difficult. Like those of you with a knack for magic can sense that there is just like nascent energy in the air and generally walk in its correct direction. The structure itself, and it does appear to be a structure, is made of like very classical stone architecture. We'd recognize them as like Stonehenge-esque in nature. And there is a particularly large, looks like a sinkhole in the dirt, but within that sinkhole is a great big pool that is made of solid stone, but right now it lays completely empty.
Ah, yes, the moon well fills up with moon at night, I see.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
quite.
Fascinating.
I know, right?
We will have to take the opportunity to examine this to see how it actually works.
Let's see here. You can see that there are footprints like all over the place around here. Quite a lot of them.
Like fresh footprints?
Yeah, pretty fresh.
Are they
Give me
humanoid footprints?
they're humanoid, sure. You can give me survival tests to learn anything extra.
Okay.
Who wants to
I'll
help
throw survival
me
in
with
the dark, why not?
survival? Who wants to help me with my +5 survival?
I will assist Tiara with her survival
I'll help
check.
Allie.
Yeah, Jesse will help you. Okay, and Jesse will do her own.
Buzz has the highest.
If only Jesse had had help. It's fine. Let's see here. Yep, Tiara with the 23, Bob with the 22. You can make out. That doesn't help. You can make out that they look to be human shaped, but the weight by which they press into the ground seems to be heavier than humans.
That's curious.
Mm-hmm. And there is quite a large couple of footprints, looks like, over to the northeastern portion of this place. They don't seem to leave this vicinity in any particular way.
Do they not leave the ring?
They leave the ring, but like only barely. They don't go too far beyond the boundary. They seem to stay within this clearing for the most part.
Uh,
Hmm.
do these stones have any carvings on them? Or are they like Stonehenge?
They are like Stonehenge.
Okay, so made by aliens, got it.
Yeah.
And the Brits couldn't
So-
possibly
Clearly.
made something that cool themselves, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
like Newgrange.
Are the only places like the footprints go outside the ring? Like
They walk
they're
around inside as well.
walking.
You're also a robot
Well,
again.
no. What? Okay. No robot now.
No robot now.
All right. So my question is, for leaving the ring,
Mhm.
are the only places they leave like through the hinges themselves, or they just walk around them?
Through and around. Doesn't seem to be a distinct difference here.
Okay. I was just curious because maybe I was thinking like maybe they're gates or something that open up there. That might explain it.
Do the well look damp though?
Looks to be bone dry.
Huh. So maybe it doesn't fill up every night.
Or it doesn't fill up with water.
Oh, fair enough. It fills up with moon juice.
How
Yep. Maybe moon
how
juice
deep
is
is the
dry.
well again? Sorry.
I mean,
It's about 5 feet deep.
Who wants to jump in the hole?
I've never noticed. Let's see
Don't
here.
go and do like sacrilegious things.
It's not sacrilegious. What religious would it be sacrilegious of?
This is my hole. It was meant for me.
I'm going to take the
You're not
the
that
tip
big.
Mm,
of my
I'm
like war staff and try and just poke the ground at the bottom of the well, like the blunt end of the staff.
I'm curious. I'm curious as to what happens if I ignite my sword, so I'm gonna do that.
Okay, one thing at a time. Tristan, in order to do that, like you'd have to slide down into the sinkhole quite a bit to like
That's
touch
fine.
the edge of this moon well. To
Well,
okay.
Like brace my heels in and
Uh,
lean back against the edge.
sure. When you brace your heels against the stone, like the bases of your heels, your boots feel fucking achingly
Ugh.
cold.
And
Like
this is. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, like your breath mists up immediately once you cross the threshold. It is achingly chilling down here, and when you tap into it with your staff, you can see that like it's what, a wooden staff.
I have no idea what this thing's made out of. I assume so. I think it has like a copper
Sure.
head.
Then yeah. Then yeah, that copper like immediately gets like that like rime frost chill clinging to it, and the like moisture in the wood that's just like naturally there. You're almost afraid this thing is going to
Oh,
explode.
Trist, trigger the moon presence
I
fight.
have not eaten enough umbilical cords for that.
I think I might be doing it here, igniting the
Yes.
sword.
Yeah. So you
What?
ignite your sword, and let's see here. Your sword whips from your hand and flies into the
Whee!
pool.
Whoa!
Clink.
Oh,
I guess I'm gonna slide down to retrieve my sword.
All right. Again, if your boots touch down on like the stone ring, you can feel the cold creeping up into your heels. The handle of your weapon now is probably like fucking liquid nitrogen cold.
Hmm. So I have an interesting little item on me called a thermal cube.
Okay.
Generates enough heat to keep the temperature within 15 feet of me at 95.
All right then, go for it.
Hey, before you go do something stupid yet again, drink this cold protection potion. Could you?
Yes. I wasn't planning to immediately go down there and grab it. I was planning to get down there, let the heat settle into that for a little bit, and then try and grab it. But I will drink the
Yeah.
protection potion.
All right. So you get this temperature stone after drinking a little potion, sliding down, and you just chuck that into the well.
No, I'm just gonna keep it on me and make it so it's like 95. It's 95 degrees, like within 15 feet of me. So like, if
Yeah,
I'm
it doesn't.
down,
It does not emanate past this thing. Like you can. In fact, wait. I wonder what happens if you get that heat just like pushing down onto such an intense chill. Um. I think that this thing is way more powerful than that rock. It probably explodes in your hands. I'm sorry. It tries to heat up the area of that moonwell, and it does not succeed. It does not succeed so hard that it explodes.
Okay.
So, okay, it just smatters to all the goddamn gods in the world. It's like,
Well, I didn't see you
can we
stepping up with
deactivate?
it.
I sure as fuck didn't activate the goddamn moon sword next to the moon well.
How was I supposed to know it was going to do
I
this?
That's also not a bad idea. We'd have no idea to know what would happen.
Yeah, no, I'd have probably even recommended it if she hadn't done it.
Just because it turned out bad doesn't mean it was a bad idea to begin
We
with.
don't even know if it was bad. This could just be part of the triggering mechanism.
okay then.
Wait, you're can't you just resummon the blade to your hand?
I don't think that actually. No, I'm not. Wait, that's only for if you're
A blade
the
lock.
fucking
Are
pact
you
of the blade.
not?
Yeah.
I'm not.
What are you?
I'm a pact of the
Really?
tome.
I've
Oh,
I've
I'm
never
pretty
seen you
sure I am.
cast a ritual
What?
before, so
Am I a pact of the tome?
I
Pretty
never
sure
heard
I
you
am.
fucking
No,
say
you-
that you even have a goddamn book.
Do you have a book of shadows?
It's not on my.
have you
sheet.
just not had
Then
a
you're not a
pact this
pact
whole?
of the tome.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Oh my
I
god.
mean, it's not like a pact really
I mean,
mattered.
your pact does matter.
It does.
Uh,
Because
it,
if you pack the blade, you can do 2 attacks.
and it
I mean, I could do
also
attacks anyway. As a
Yeah, you
and
can
it
power
also unlocks invocations.
the invocations that I've had the entire
They
time
don't
of
have
just.
prereqs, yeah. Yeah, no, for you, it's inconsequential, I guess. I don't know what you are. I assumed Blade of the Pact the whole time because I've never seen you do anything Book of Shadows-y.
Yeah,
And no one picks
And you
change.
don't have a familiar, exactly, yeah.
I guess I'm. I don't
You could just go
have a
back to
pact
the
written
Shane, just
down.
have it
Yeah,
be familiar.
I don't have a pact written down, so I guess
I
I'm
guess
pact of
you're
the blade.
Pact of the
Yeah,
Blade. Congratulations on your freshly discovered. I'm not giving you an experience point for discovering this fact about yourself, I'm afraid.
yeah. No, this is not
Yes.
experience worthy.
This is something she'd already
This
know.
is
Yes.
takeaway XP for not doing your character right.
That one that
It
she's ahead by just disappears.
It literally hasn't ever
It does.
mattered.
It's never mattered. So yeah, you could just resummon it to your hand.
I guess I'll try and resummon it to my hand. I'm not sure it even works if you do that, but I'll try it.
Yeah, you can. You probably want to stand away from the moonwell so it doesn't just like get sucked back in again.
I mean,
Drank
yeah,
a
I'll,
cold resistance potion, so
yeah.
it doesn't immediately like it's as I say like achingly cold, but you're wearing gauntlets. It can't stick to you, and you're resistant enough that it doesn't harm you. But yeah, you'll need to like probably let this heat up again slowly so that you don't damage it. Usually a weapon doesn't get damaged, but this was obviously very magical.
Yeah. I'll bring it back to my hand and try and shut it off slowly so it doesn't just immediately jump back down into it, because that's what happened when it
Yeah.
jumped down there. It's like ignited
And
it.
don't forget, your blade is self-aware as well. So when it returns to your hand, it goes, "Fuck you! That was so cold."
I was not expecting that to happen. I'll be honest.
If I had toes, I'd lose them.
Okay, can you?
Do you?
Okay,
Actually, do you have any ideas, Caliban, for the Moonwell?
No, I
Okay.
stab things.
okay. Well, now that your frozen weapon is returned to you, gets out. Bob takes out a thermal tube.
That does not work. We just
The
tried
first
that.
one
I'm not
didn't.
gonna put it fucking into the well, okay? We're outside. I'm gonna put it here, and then you can have your sword within its effective range.
It doesn't want to heat up quickly. It wants to heat up
Yeah, you
gradually
don't
again.
want to heat up quickly.
All right, moving on from those bad
Yeah,
ideas.
you
We
can just
have
dip it in and out.
we have hours. We can. We
Yeah,
don't.
we
Scout.
We don't
have
need her
time.
sword right now.
While they're
Yes, sorry.
while they're doing
Savin.
that, I would like to cast a spell.
Sure, what spell
I'm
would
going
you
to
like
cast
to cast?
Prestidigitation on the bottom of the well. And I want to try and clean it out
Okay.
and see if there's something underneath that bottom layer. It looks like it's just dirt down there, but it seems like it's not really.
Okay. Yeah, Prestidigitation. I don't know that it's got the necessary force to like lift up any grime though. I don't know.
So the spell says it cleans a cubic foot of an object.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see here. You cast Prestidigitation then, and to effect like a pick one of the squares in this well.
Let's just go with this one.
Sure. Relatively central
Yeah.
one there. As you give it a good scrub, you can see there is some kind of residue that's lifted. The very, very bottom of this well appears to be made of the same clear stone, but it's almost like how to describe it? It's like forge scale at the bottom. You know, when metal gets very, very hot and then little bits of scale like will slip off of it. It looks a lot like forge scale when it's lifted off by the Prestidigitation spell. Except usually Prestidigitation just makes that shit go away. Those chips are all still in there though. They haven't gone anywhere. They're just loose
What's
now.
underneath?
But as I said, like a solid,
okay.
clean stone.
So it's just like the same stone as the rings outside. Okay.
Yep. But yeah, it's got this like scorched scale layer on
I don't know if this is going to be relevant, but I know Mayrog doesn't give a shit about the cold because she's made of rock. So, go clean that up. You like rock, right?
She does like rocks. Okay. Does she have any cold resist?
That's a good question. I don't think so, but she's also a construct, not a organic creature.
Yeah. She lowers herself down onto the like threshold, and then you immediately see clear panic in her eyes, like, "Oh, this was a mistake."
Out.
You'll have to pull her out as her feet
Yeah,
stuck
I
to the
will. I
ground.
will give her the staff and like yank her free.
All right. She takes
Holy
28 cold damage.
Ah.
Well, luckily we have Bob's
And
fucking
the
temp
bottom
HP.
layer of her feet appear to have been like completely
That would have just destroyed Mayrog if not for Bob's temp
No.
HPs. It would have just
Wow.
broke her feet off in there.
Almost, yeah.
God.
Like, yeah, the bottom of her feet are just like chipped and cracked and
Well,
smashed up.
mending. Fuck, I'm sorry.
She looks utterly gutted.
Okay. So, can I agree to not descend into
Yeah, don't go
the
down there. Fuck.
freezing pool?
All right.
Yep. So,
Mayrog
well,
still looks
we're gonna say
uncomfortable as she wiggles her toes.
Is that more than just like a magical
Well-
pain, Mayrog?
Yeah, she nods.
Okay. Probably shouldn't go down there again then.
She
Hmm.
nods.
Hey, Skow,
Yes.
can I make an Arcana check as to why my blade decided to basically magnetize fly itself down there?
You don't even make an Arcana check. It's a moon blade. That's where moon go.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's the only source of moonlight in the middle of the day, so it fucking just got leached there immediately.
Okay.
You imagine
I-
if it were activated while there's already a moonlight pouring in, you'd be fine. But like, yeah, no, you were presenting a very high power magnet to this thing.
Okay. I thought there might have been more to it than that, but okay.
No, moon go in pool.
Makes sense.
I would like to make an Arcana check
Moon
of
going pool.
why Moon go in pool.
Sure.
31.
Give it a go. There's like no clues to work off of at the same time. You are definitely not seeing the whole picture, and you would assume that is because it's day. Like, there is more to this, because it looks like a perfectly smooth stone construction. You can't see runes stamped anywhere. It's possible that there are runes on the underside, but, like... Yeah, you don't have anything to read. It clearly, the only, like, true answer you can go is shit's magic, yeah.
But I want to
you don't
understand
have
the
to wait
magic.
there.
Okay, we'll wait till nightfall.
Yeah, you'll have to wait. Like, yeah,
I-
there's something very clear about it. And sorry, what was that, Stray?
I was gonna ask if it was more of a religion thing we can throw at it.
You can give that a go as well, sure.
Does someone have better than a 3 religion?
Let me see.
I have 4.
I have 2.
Someone help me, and then someone help
Okay.
Tristy.
Sure.
I'll help you.
I'll help Trist.
Bob,
Well, he needed it.
Bob, hit me that
Ah!
guidance.
You guys have no fucking
15.
idea. That guidance 15
Okay.
does not make it.
Well, I tried.
Yeah, you don't.
Okay.
I
It's
think
a
we just
big
have to
juju.
wait tonight then and see what goes on with it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Faunra just fucking raw dogs it, I
Oh,
guess. That's
Faunra.
fine.
Excuse me, one moment.
Excuse me, peasant coming through.
Excuse me. I'm just gonna try and fish for more with that one actually, because I have a bunch of floating dies that I've been awarded over the last long time, and I've just sat on all of them. So I'm gonna use one right now.
What's
22.
that? Is that D4 flowing from the inspiration thing?
No, that is an entirely different D4.
Was this a
Okay.
witch meat D4 or was it a Morgan food
I
D4?
don't. I think it was the Morgan.
Oh, is this
one?
Morgan's mac and cheese?
I think so.
Okay.
I have just refused to use any of these.
Faunra just
Okay.
cracks open her book of the Swoley Bible.
Alrighty then.
Two
Yeah,
more.
I guess you've potentially looked into things like this before. Because you showed an interest in like ancient weapons of legend, and let's see here. You got a D10 you've been hanging on to? Yeah, exactly. Like I know that some of you guys have this banked. And a lot of that investigation took you in the direction of Warlock patrons. Coincidentally, and this had been unintentional, the party brushed up vaguely against this information when they were talking with Katie. You believe this is related to the Patron of the Undying. In what capacity, you couldn't possibly say. You just don't have that information.
Then who would be the patron of Undying? I don't know. The Morgan? Oh.
Nope.
She's definitely not the patron of the Undying. That is definitely dead. The dead.
That's definitely not her.
Well,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
has. Remember, this one has the vampire, so.
True, again, but those are still dead. No, this is the Patron of the Undying. Very much not undeads. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. 22 is not telling you more than that.
This place is related to something called the Undying, but I don't know what that is though exactly. I know it's one of the patrons, but patrons are, as we've encountered, spooky.
What?
Wait, didn't we see all the gods at the.
Patrons
saw
are
the
not
gods,
The
not
patrons are
patrons.
not gods.
Alright.
They can be gods, but they are not gods.
Yeah, there's only one, and she's known as the Patron Mother, and that would be the Morrigan of Death.
Well,
The others are, so far as you're aware, various individuals of sources of power.
well, I guess we gotta do the classic hurry up and wait.
Are any of
Yep.
the
Guess so.
Dark Pantheon gods associated with the moon? I can't remember off the top of my head. Fair
No.
enough.
No.
Do we have a moon god at all in this setting, actually?
Nope.
Okay.
No.
We do.
Well, I think we
No.
found them.
Not
Or
that we
so
know of.
you think. Yeah, I was going to say, or so you think.
I guess.
Because
We have a moon, right?
actually, hang on. I actually did pull up the Pantheon when we were talking about this, read them all. No, but I assumed that was from the Dark Pantheon from the game that I'm not a part of and I don't pay attention to.
You know, moon is not in the Dark Pantheon.
So there could be a moon presence.
So can I just roll a test to see if I know what I know about the Undying itself as a patron?
Sure, the test is super duper fucking
Okay.
high.
Well,
But
I'll grab
yeah.
a assist from somebody.
I mean,
It sounds like a religion check, really.
I will certainly try to help you. Yes.
there are warlocks, so
True.
religion or arcane are identical checks when trying to
Yeah,
figure
let
out
me
a
tell you
patron.
which one's
Okay.
3 times better than the other one. 27. Bob, hit me with that D4. Come on.
All right.
30.
All right, you make it to 30.
30.
That is high enough. All right.
Woo!
Now then, this is just a rumor. Just a
Mhm.
rumor. But you had heard that there has always been a god or goddess of the moon. And they are responsible for the Warforged. The sun
Ooh.
is the source of the light of life. The moon is artificial. It is a creator god of some kind. And it is posited that they're the mysterious source of the Warforged. But again, unproven.
All
The
right
moon is a
then.
spaceship. It's full of little bunnies.
And since they're a
Moon
construct
bunny.
in that part, they're a robo bunny. Yes,
Chris,
And so,
I'm happy.
are you beginning the wait
hold
for
on.
night?
Hold on. 1 second. 1 second.
Oh,
Faunra,
okay.
do me a
Yes.
favor. This is either going to be
Yes,
genius or
sir.
retarded. So I'll leave it up to you, but you should stick either
Okay.
now or when the well's active. You should stick your Warforged arm in there.
I don't have a replacement.
It
for
won't hurt it.
this.
Yeah, that seems incredibly dangerous.
Once the pool is active, that's the difference.
I'm not sure it
Right now,
will.
it's just a literal cold void of night. Don't put
Yeah,
anything
probably
in.
best to wait until it's active. But still, it's a hunch, but it's a real
Wait a
fucking
minute.
educated hunch.
That makes sense. Wait a second. That would explain the
Mhm.
footprints.
Hell, we might not be alone tonight.
No.
We shall see.
Now we can wait.
Okay.
right.
All right. So, the wait for night. Do you do anything in particular during your wait, or anywhere you sit, or are you just sort of in this
Yeah, I'm gonna
configuration?
sit over here, I guess.
Yeah.
You should spread
Yeah, let's sit
out.
here watching towards the well.
Jesse's just gonna perch here and lean.
Yeah, I'm gonna be up here.
Since I don't think Pets
Get
is
the
even present
best
this session, I'm just
view.
gonna put Taji over here.
Oh, sorry.
Righty. Yeah, Mirror definitely seems a bit off kilter and tilted, and with that positing, you realize that you just tried to put your construct into some kind of well that's used for fucking Warforged.
Hmm.
It was probably not good for her.
I mean, what if we could ascend her into becoming a Warforged, though?
She scowls and hugs her body of stone.
Look, I mean, Warforged could be made of stone.
Stoneforged.
Okay,
Scowls harder.
okay.
And she likes her beautiful
It is
sculpted
beautiful.
form.
It's true.
All right. The fall of night. Gonna slide you guys over to here so that you cannot see the changes for but a moment. And
All right.
because I can't do all of the changes all at once.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Preventing us from just flipping around the map like a bunch of children, I see.
Yep.
Yeah.
I put my like map cover up.
She knows what we do. She knows what we're about.
I just was going to change the function of the lighting to make sure that that doesn't chip out. Okay. As night falls, the whole place is lit up, but not quite in the fashion that you'd expect. Everything takes on this faint purple hue. We recognize it as like black lights. And as they do, you can see that all of these pillars, all of them, the edge of the runes on this as well, places on the floor, they're covered in runes and sentences and descriptions in an arcane unknown tongue. They've just been revealed by the moonlight that coalesces in the center of a deep pool. And you can see the rime frost sort of covering the edges of the stone now that there appears to be something reminiscent of moisture. Presumably you can all see this, yes?
I can also see that it looks
Yeah.
like there's
Yeah.
a fucking crater instead of a bottom of the well.
Yeah, it looks like there's a whole deep, dark crater down there rather than a well.
Interesting.
Was there supposed to be something
There
other
we
than the
go.
crater? Okay, there you go.
I still couldn't get it right. That's such a shame.
There we go. That looks more like a moon well.
Yeah.
Indeed. And at the same time, it's because I've been futzing around in the GM layer, you are correct that you are not alone in this place. When you look around for those footprints, you can see that some of those empty like footprints on the ground are actually occupied spaces, and as the moon's light washes over them, they gradually become solid beings covered in glowing lines, reflective gems with metallic or perhaps some other kind of like a leathery composite body.
Huh.
They're all stood in various positions. And now they look towards the lot of you all, somewhat confused, and their faceless expressions recognize these as Warforged, but there is something very much hollow about them.
Um,
And then there
Hello?
is something else.
Oh.
A voice responds, "Hello."
Of course. Of fucking course.
Oh my
Ah.
god!
Oh.
Ronnie!
I was 100% surprised that
Right.
no one was like, "I know what was coming," and then said it.
Well, because we already have one running.
This is true.
Yeah, we already
Yeah.
have a Ronnie. And I was kind of expecting the moon presence. Different from soft game.
Yeah, I too was
Yep.
expecting the fucking moon presence to show up.
Yes.
TPQH, this is much better.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
was I really.
Yeah, this individual will tilt a hat that seems to glow internally with a constant cold chill. Glimmers and after images seem to follow her. This four-armed individual looks across the lot of you, some posed delicately, the others threaded together. Welcome. Why have you come to this place?
To create a weapon of moonlight, to strengthen one already of moonlight.
Nonsense. This is already a place where things of moon are made, although they require souls. Is that what you have brought me?
When you mean they require souls, you mean
They're but empty shells. I still yet await those who have not yet arrived. Those of astral nothing. The godless.
you don't mind me asking, whom exactly are we addressing?
You do not
I
know?
have a guess,
How
but
curious. Smiles faintly. I am the eternal consort, crafter of the Undying.
You're the one who made the Warforges.
That is correct. They are each my children. She will gesture, and one of these individuals will stand up and walk towards her. Runs a hand across one's aquiline jaw and runs a hand across its cheek before looking to the rest of you. Most unfortunately, they are but empty, nothing more than dolls. It has been such a time since the coalescence of the godless. The moon's light is different now. The sun it reflects is not of the boy god.
The Hagen sleep.
Yes, that's a rather attractive name for a dead god, isn't it?
one of his arch adherents insists he's coming back soon. Oh,
Oh, but of course, it doesn't change the fact that dead is still dead right now. What a great disappointment.
so what? You can't craft more Warforged while Hagen's asleep?
While Hagen is dead, no, I cannot.
Huh.
Because the light of the other one occupying their space is different.
I do believe that I have already explained as such, yes. You do not need to reiterate me, you would make for quite a poor student.
What does happen if you try to make one in the dragon's light?
No soul arrives. You do not make a soul. Nobody makes a soul, my dear.
So Hagen's light is responsible for creating souls. Interesting.
Delivering.
But whence from?
The godless, I've just said. Those who do not have a dream to go to. They are but astral nothing.
So it's a kind of reincarnation.
Yes, there you go. You would make a superior student, at least until I got bored. Or until you started dying. She wrinkles her nose.
Well, thank you. Work on the not dying part.
I have a beautiful body here. You could certainly climb inside. You can let go of that mortal flesh and find yourself reborn anew, undying. It works quite the same for all of you.
Robo Tristy, beep boop pop.
Man, everyone's trying to make Tristan into a dragon or a warforged. I'm a popular guy.
Hey, Tristy's trying.
No, you
I
stay away
would
from the
remake.
fucking Warforged.
I
Yeah.
would remake all of you.
I'd rather not. I'm quite fine with my body as it is.
I have a
Should-
bit of Warforged on me.
Why, yes, you appear to have become grafted in some way.
Faunra the
I
Grafted.
pitched Skow the coolest fucking Warforged boss the other day. Speaking of which, it's gonna be awesome if it ever shows up.
She tilts her head curiously. It seems that you are wearing the discardant spares of one of my erstwhile children. It is fine. Dolls are made to be played with. An arm is no different to a body when it is empty. But should you wish an entire body of the superior flesh, she gestures at a warforged, I would but happily take your hand in mine and guide you.
In another universe, LOL.
I was about to say she's offering you the true flesh.
This is an LOI. Hallie rather likes her
So,
flesh.
The Hallie's flesh is fucking banging.
It's jiggly.
indeed. So you just take the soul out of the fleshy body and just shove it into.
You make it sound very uncouth, but yes, I have just said I do that. You too would make for a very
Ah.
poor student reiterating me.
Just. Oh, it's mostly just running it in a simplified Druid version in my head.
Mm.
The brains is, of course, Tristan, your apparently more favorable student.
Mm. She tips her hat slowly. Well, anyway. Surely you have brought at least one soul.
Don't we have captured souls?
We have soul stones, but we did not come here expecting to make a new Warforged, per se.
No, we came here to make new weapons and strengthen old.
No, you cannot use this forge for simple weapons. Indeed,
Why
the
not?
name Warforged is quite a misnomer.
Do you have a name you'd prefer?
It's because it is mine. I said no.
Do you have a name you'd prefer folk call them?
No, it is quite suitable. I made them once for war. It would be strange to change it now.
What foe required such an army?
What?
I will never tell you. That is not the truck of
I
mortals.
see.
Would say magical boons anchored into one's own person be transferred into the new improved flesh?
If such boons are written upon thine soul, then yes.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Neat.
Okay. She will lower herself down gracefully. And you can see that there are sparkles of freezing cold that appear to follow in her wake, making little platforms for her footsteps as she lands down in her massive entirety.
Can I take notes?
She turns her head slowly.
Thank
Of
you.
course.
Quickly get out my notebooks and sketching pencils. It's fucking awesome.
Come closer then. Let me guide you.
Are you sure about this, Bob? This isn't a. This is a one-way street for this. You can't come back from it.
The
So
flesh
it's
is weak.
becoming a hair, and people die more of that than of this. So
Technically correct. The best kind of correct. And she will begin to walk you towards this pit, and she will offer a hand for you to take hers.
yeah.
And then she will gently lower you down as you step towards this pool. There are platforms and feet of ice there waiting for you. Please
And,
choose one of my children.
and roll up a new character.
And she will gesture around this clearing at the various Warforged. I only have the one I token model here, but there are numerous ones of numerous configurations and genital combinations,
Finally,
etc.
Bob can become like an average
Okay.
5'10" or something.
Without using magic to
Dude, I
cheat.
can. Indeed. Base form taller. Nice.
It's just Tool Bob. That's what I want.
Sacrifice your soul to Ron in order to gain inches.
And it turns out you don't get to keep your shape shifting from it.
He literally asked to confirm that before we got
The
here.
boon was.
Well, I mean, that says,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, the boon was actually written on Bob's soul.
Which boon?
The transformation granted by the Demon of Form.
Oh. How is that gonna work for
So,
a war
you're
form?
gonna hear fucking transformer noises. That's what you're gonna fucking hear.
I'm into this.
Fuck yes.
All right. Although you
Huh?
can see that all around you is like frozen, freezing cold, while your hand is held in the eternal consorts, you do not feel this chill creep into you. And she begins to walk, a platform of ice protecting her from passing across this Moonwell's threshold. She will take both your hands in two of hers, and you will begin to be slowly lowered. It is a relaxing coolness that just sort of creeps its way up your body. The rest of the party can see that Bob is being essentially encased in ice is not the right way to describe it. It is like Bob is becoming ice.
He's being dipped in
See-through, clear.
nitrogen.
Well, no, again, because like that would still bestow with it like color and texture and all of that. Like you can see through. It's like Bob is becoming actual ice, like see clear through water ice,
Okay.
like a statue. It's being slowly lowered in.
Transparent.
Yes. Let us see here. As you are slowly descendant, there are but momentary pauses, and it is so that each article of clothing can be lifted away, which is then passed to her free hand, which then places it down outside the boundary of this place.
Y'all fold those up real quick.
Until eventually, there is for a brief moment before the waste disappears beneath this moon surface. So what kind of configuration are you working at the moment?
I actually shifted back to original form.
Which is
Go ahead, describe it.
Sorry, I I only heard Bridget because two
I
people
said
at the same time.
describe it.
Oh. It's just very androgynous looking. Blue-green eye, short brown hair, very normal. But that's in some titties in there. Small titties. But there's no dick.
Dick. No, the fun. I although it was cool, I think the funnest reveal would have been like, Bob has chosen not to be in his traditional form, and in fact has a fucking 9-inch hog swanger.
Now, since choosing a new form, don't know which, like auto configuration, all that shit will work. So, safe before unsafe.
It would be FTM, yeah. And yeah, you are lowered to the pool in its entirety. You find your head lifting upwards as though like you were treading water and running out of places to be. And there is almost certainly a moment's panic because your lungs stop doing what lungs should be doing. Your heart stops doing what it should be doing, and yet you can still hear it pounding. And then you are formless. For a brief moment, all of you see just like Bob's outline represented as the glowy, whispered blue light that, if anyone's seen Rani art, would recognize as like that secondary self. A floating soul held bare beneath the moonlight, revealed only by the effect of this black light that washes off the pool. And then she will walk you hand in hand towards one of the bodies. You can still hear the heartbeat, even though it's not happening. And you've seen the astral before, plenty, while wearing the robe. For a brief moment, though, all you can see is the astral. Like, the material plane isn't here. You can see life for all of its beauty, and you can see each of these containers. You can see, you see Taji as she still looks like Taji, like literally the same solidity and everything. Everyone else has like, astral selves. They have like wisp forms similar to your own, just sort of standing there and observing. Taji still looks like block colors, proper shading Taji. She is 100% the same solidity here as she is in the astral. And then
Astral density.
And then
I'm
you are
so dense.
slid into a warforged body. And I believe it is there that we will call the session to a close. Because I had not anticipated anyone being like, fuck yeah, sign me up. I don't have any prepared art for any of you. You'll have to go hunting for
No.
that.
I thought we were here to like make and strengthen.
That's what
the
we
moonlight
came here
weapons.
for, but we
Apparently
ain't getting
we're
it.
fucking making.
I had a backup token for if you guys had a soul to donate to one of these empty shells.
Nice. Would she accept soul stones? Like, is that a thing?
You'd need multiples of them because there's not enough id in one stone.
Actually, wait. Oh man, now I wish I hadn't sent off the fucking Banshee Blade. Damn it. Oh well.
Yeah. That would have
Next
probably
full moon.
worked.
But
There
hey,
you go.
now your mom don't have to work on that fucking Warforged scroll anymore.
Yeah. Congratulations on your glorious new form. You'll have to change racial template. I'll pull out the Warforged stuff for you. Yeah, fixing so she's not just stuck with
just
the smile.
like help me fix my
Yeah.
Warforged friend's Rictus Grin, please. We need to pass that skill check from fucking Disco Elysium to get the smile off.
yeah, I was gonna say no. She just needs her id back. That's clearly it. It's a really difficult id roll. Right now,
That or
she has
just
the look on, and she's worn the look for so long.
that, or just the magical equivalent of a software update. You have muscles, but you forgot to get the drivers for them.
Yeah. She just has. Yeah, Ronnie pulls out a fucking USB.
And that would not surprise me at all.
Hands that
Just
over.
literally like,
plug.
here's a
just plug
disc
that
of
in.
crystal moonlight. Give it to your friend to stuff up her pussy. There you go.
Well, now I'm gonna make it that. That's obviously where a Gynobot's fucking firmware updates are made, where wear is usually firm. Yeah. Gonna need some fresh bob.
Nice.
And let us saunter over to the Explorants. And then I'm gonna eat. I'm so hungry.
Another.
Explore a new or interesting location for the first time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Discover
I think so.
a new and interesting
Boy,
truth about the
howdy.
land.
Yeah.
Yes.
New ally or a lasting enemy.
Did we make friends with the dragon lady?
You didn't actually do any business with her.
Gave her a bunch of scale oil.
I told her like if she needed favors for us in the
That,
future.
you know what? Sure. Yeah. Okay. Advance a completed quest. Defeat a threat far beyond expectations. So here's the thing. If none of you had any soul at all to offer, either in shards of id or your own, that was probably a very difficult
Oh, she's
fight.
going to take one.
Do you think that counts? Yes. She has to because you were there.
I mean,
No,
she
it's
still
not
might
actually.
take more of us still.
She doesn't need to now. You guys have concluded that. Does that count then as defeating that threat?
I mean,
We,
I mean, to
we
be fair, you're
started-
gonna probably reach 5 anyway, but
I
it's
feel
an
like
interesting
if we
thought.
didn't even know it was a possibility for a fight, and
Yeah,
if it had been like a tense
Yeah.
standoff, and then Bob been like, "Fine, take me, instead spam my friends," then yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. But we
We
didn't
did-
yeah,
progress
yeah,
that
you're
far
right.
in the
Yeah, there wasn't
encounter.
a development.
What we mean is we didn't finesse our way out of a fight. We just accidentally avoided one.
Yeah, that's true. I guess you were looking
Yeah.
at a crossroads and you took the road less traveled. And it turned out that was actually the right way that time. The road more traveled had like a car block on it or something. All right, so it's still
Wait.
3. Lancet, you about a player character?
Boy howdy!
Boy, howdy, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Changed an allied NPC's life drastically for the better.
No.
Did we not advance to
Changed
complete
an
a quest? We
enemy's
fucking
life.
got to the Moonwell, find the dragon.
We
I
did
didn't know
find
those
the
were
dragon.
quests. They were just things that you wanted to do. They were
Yeah,
just like
those
I
random.
mean, I guess. Fine.
Yeah,
those
those
weren't
are just
really quests. We
events you got
didn't-
up to.
Like, those weren't defined, like, goals of, like, what are we going to do at the Moonwell? Well, I don't know. Just go see the Moonwell.
Uh,
Well, I mean, I thought we
Change
had a
of
quest,
we
like,
enemies.
see the moon.
I thought we had a
change
quest.
What?
I thought we had a quest at the Moonwell to create magic weapons at it, but, I mean, we can't
We
complete that now.
We came to the Moonwell to collect some, like, a reagent.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I wouldn't have called that a quest. Like you can actually when you're done here, scoop up some moonlight and maybe you can do something with it later. But she's not going to let you use her soul
Okay.
forge.
Well, Bob's not an NPC, so
The enemy's
still got
life for the
2
worse. No.
No.
Acquire a new magic item or treasure hoard.
Does Bob becoming a Warforged count as, like,
This is
magic
Bob is
for
our new
him?
magic item.
Yeah,
I mean,
it is.
I think acquiring a new Warforged body is a equivalent of a treasure. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I'd
I
say
guess
so,
if
yeah.
I count Faunra's arm, I should count a whole Bob.
Yeah, just like in D&D, the magnitude of the treasure is scaled up.
The real treasure was the friend you made
That
along
too.
the way.
Quite literally.
Is that big titty wife who was there
Uh,
along the way?
Did we score an achievement for, like, apotheosis?
Feels like it should be one.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I would say apotheosis is a pretty fucking. That was a huge jump. Yeah, all right.
That's 5er then.
That's 5. That is 5.
Did we finesse our
Yes.
way into a 5er?
Yeah.
Technically, you finessed your way into a 6er, but you only get 5.
Yeah, we only get 5.
We did it.
I now have divine intervention.
450.
Cleric level.
Artificer
Wow.
7, and that is the most OP level for Artificer, and the only reason
Dude, Artificer 7
it
is
is.
amazing.
Well,
How
let me grab this ability and show you, because it's intense. What this does.
Is that
No,
fourth
that's at
attunement's
like 11th level or something. Again, also doesn't really matter all that much. No, level 7 gives you this. When you or another creature within 30 feet makes an ability check or saving throw, I can use my reaction to add my intelligence modifier. It's guidance, but better.
It's thick. It's
saving
thick guidance.
face, but better.
Yeah, it is. It's saving face for friends. Shitting hell. That's so
Yeah.
good.
It is the crowning.
I'm never gonna slip anything.
It is the
past you guys
crown
now.
jewel of the Artificer class.
Fucking hell, it's a real. It's
Dear
a big
Lord.
jewel.
Yep, and I can use it intelligence mod times a day, so 4
Intelligence.
for now. It
Wicked.
is pretty great. And that's fucking all I get this level, but worth.
Hey man, it's more than me. I'm just going to Warlock 4.
Hey, that's an
I think.
ASI. What are you
Thank
talking
you.
about?
Yeah, for my scores that I've said.
Yeah, your
Oh,
scores are
you-
locked.
yeah,
But I
you
mean,
get
you
a
can use it for
feat.
feet then.
What are you talking about?
I could do it for a feat, yeah.
You might as well if your scores are locked. Do
Yeah.
make sure to record what the singular point. No, it's not a singular point
Nope.
unless it's part of the feat.
Yeah, it's
never mind.
only a part of the feat.
Yeah, just go for the
And
feat. For sure.
yeah, besides, I have my stats written down as a little character feature in case I ever need to deattune to the crown, and
Yeah,
I'd have
if
to search
anything,
back.
but isn't your sheet set so that you can show stat locks?
Does it?
Oh, you haven't got the blue numbers. No, you can actually tell a sheet that your statistics
Ooh,
are locked to
spell
values.
prepared.
How do I do that?
Oh, I should do that.
Up in here, like you can see like a fucking
How the fuck are you doing that? Ah,
up in attribute options. You just add the
Okay.
add the pluses or negative numbers, and you can just change your stats that way, and it will show it as a blue number to show that it is an altered value.
oh, okay. Well, I shall do that here in between sessions. I'm
Yep.
still keeping the visual stats thing as there just in case.
Well, yeah, you can write them in a separate place too. Anyway,
16.
Wow.
what did you get, Kina? Any sweet
Yeah.
features?
Yeah.
Oh fuck, Zealous Presence, right.
Yeah.
Super advantage.
12, 18.
That really should be a once per short rest IMO, but still really good.
It is amazing. It's
Don't-
super
don't-
inspiration for
don't you
10
need
people.
Don't you kneecap Kinathis as soon as he's climbed the K2?
There's the
Well,
K3
no,
waiting for it.
no. It being on a short rest would be a huge, like, way better. Would be make it way better.
It
But
would.
it's locked
that
to a
would-
long rest.
Yeah, that would be. I would argue too strong. Like that just means like every single encounter you have over the course of a short rest, there's going to be a complete round where I can't make you guys fail anything ever, as that's
Ah.
brutal.
Oh yeah, do we get one more point of temp HP from now on, Bob? So we're up to 15 now.
Yep, that's a total of 50. 15
Nice.
per.
Yeah, if you would like to find some Warforged art, unless you want to use one of those bodies, let me know and I'll send it to me. I'll token it up.
Yeah, I'll look for some good. I have to get the Warf. I'm not gonna get the, let's see, Warforged. I think there's like 2 race cards for Warforged. Because Mayhem and what's it called? The regular book.
All right. Well, if you're watching on the stream or YouTube, thanks for tuning in. We will see you in like 2.5 hours for Merzenhammer, hopefully. Till then, do take care.